Riku! Axel! Vincent! Sir Venom!
Neverwinter, home of Riku, jewel of the northern Sword Coast, envy of Luskan. Craft rules the city and earns many a fair sale, called a platinum elsewhere. Though silver coins are called bolts in Neverwinter, coppers are called tarns. One thing that is the same as the other cities on the Sword Coast is trade. The hubbub of the city surrounds you, and to you, Riku, it feels very familiar. Many of the homes feel more ostentatious. The increase in wealth is very clear to your eye. Riku,
Mhm.
you inform everyone how in your early years the city owed much to Lord Dagult Neverember. In the eyes of Nerevians, there is no better lord. He has spent a great deal of his own fortune and dragons on the betterment of the city, and it shows. Though folks whispered during your early years that Neverember only came to Neverwinter after a disgraceful fall from power in Waterdeep, the people now only shout his name in joy and love. And what better place to find yourselves after weeks in a dreary grief and horror-stricken land of bleak emotions and even bleaker weather? The Neverwinter River runs through the center of the city, the warm waters keeping the city sheltered in the winters and warming the beaches along the seaside. The beauty and bounty of the city is apparent to all. The parks are splendid, the streets well kept and paved, with newly automated dray carriages, not unlike those found in Waterdeep, shuttling forth back and forth across the city. Your traveling companions have scattered to their own vices and needs. Rudolf van Richten to the House of Knowledge, Casimir Velikov taking to wandering the nearby beaches and oceanside cliffs, and Irina soaking it all up. The sun, tankards of ale, and delectable street food, well-stocked stores, and well-fashioned tailors. She has changed her wardrobe and has taken to wearing sundresses, something you all suspect is both foreign and liberating considering the mist and constant rain of her homeland that she escaped. And as for the lot of you, you find yourselves discussing next steps after a few days of needed rest and recuperation. You are at your favorite table in House of a Thousand Faces. What would you like to do?
Um, well, I think before we discuss matters, can I just get some sort of check on how well we've been keeping a low profile from Riku's uh family, like the people he knows, whatever?
Yeah, absolutely. And you can do that in a number of ways. It could be either deception or stealth.
Uh, let's take a peek here. Deception. I'm gonna say deception. I got +8. So let's do that. 21.
Yeah, you have kept a relatively low profile, you believe. Um, there was one instance where you might have saw a classmate from your first year at the Neverwinter Blades Academy for bards,
Okay.
where you teleported to. But besides that, you think you've done a good job.
So, what was I gonna say? I just had something. Now it's gone.
Who
Oh,
are you hiding from?
no, here's my second question. So I asked if I've been seen. Now, I probably, while keeping a low profile, I probably maybe would have asked around the bar about my family a little bit. So like, have I at least been able to hear about if anybody in my family like is around? So like, do I even have to worry? Like, would I know any of that at least?
Can you give me an investigation check for that?
Sure.
And your deception check being a 21 helps with this. So,
Okay.
or I should say, impacts this.
19.
Pretty good. What I would say is that in conversing with merchants and nobles who seem to wander through the bar at times for a glass of sherry or port, you are able to determine your family is no longer Neverwinter.
Oh, interesting. Um. Okay. Well, that changes things a bit. Well, I guess Riku would let people know what's happening. That
Can I get
came
an
here
insight
'cause-
check on that as well?
Okay. 11.
Ooh,
You get
50-50.
enough of a feel from your conversations that there's something amiss when you learn this information. But beyond that, you don't really pick anything else up.
Okay.
Are there any shifty people
Is there any
hanging out-
reason why they're
hanging out
not
in a bar?
here anymore?
Well, I mean, part of my investigation would have been like, do I feel like we're being watched? Like, or should I roll something separate for that?
You don't think you're being watched at this time. I think that's fair enough. Axel, sorry, were you going to say something?
I would say like are there any shifty people? Like I can speak, thieves can't. So I don't know if there's anybody using.
Yeah, that's a good question. Give me an investigation check to be on the lookout for that.
9.
Yeah, I mean, you've not picked anything up. It could be this area of the city. Frankly, and this is an odd one to you, it could be the fact that the city seems so equitably wealthy. There are no homeless folk. There are no beggars or paupers. There are no people living on the streets. Even the people who seem to live in smaller homes are incredibly finely dressed at times. And whatever wealth is here seems to be well distributed.
What a nice place.
I think Riku's gonna suggest that we take care of whatever supplies and stuff we want to get around here, and then I'm gonna try to do a little investigating into where perhaps my family may have gone, because I'm a little curious. Because I did want to speak with somebody, maybe not my dad per se, but somebody in my family. If they're not here, then I'm gonna ask around, and at the very least, probably go to my house and do a little peeking around if anybody wants to join me after we're done shopping.
Okay.
We'll come poke around your house.
Did
with
you want to try to sell things first? Like at least get quotes, like get a ballpark numbers on what things are worth.
Well, I
Wouldn't that
suppose.
be-
I mean,
part of the shopping trip?
we can at least tally up like all our wealth and get an idea here.
Because remember, we're gonna buy me a house and us a boat.
Hmm. Yep, all that. Doesn't want any fancy new gear. He just wants a house.
So
And a boat for the gang.
what are there any good shop? Are there any good is there a good like blacksmith or like shops around? Any
Yes.
where do the fancy people go? This place is
Yeah.
looking pretty nice.
Riku pulls out map, points to map.
So the Black Lake or the Blue Lake District, as it's now called, formerly the Black Lake District. Plenty of different types of shops here. It would be within the Protectors Enclave that you would find, and you would know this from your time, like you as players, would know about Aurora's Realms. This is a pretty consistent set of magic shops across the entire Sword Coast. There is one in the Protectors Enclave. In the Towers District, there are several different wizardly type shops. And within the Chasm District that has been recently rebuilt, there are blacksmiths.
Cool. Sounds like we got a lot to work with.
Do we sell our like the extra stuff first, and then like divvy up the gold and go shopping?
I'm just worried about being able to physically store that amount of coin. Like, I think
That's
we
why
need to
I say we should like see what the numbers are before.
Yeah.
Like just to get a quote.
Like, I
see
think-
what
I think the order of operations are, get an appraisal for our shit, and while buying as much as we can, getting rid of all the coin we currently have, and then we'll sell everything and get more coin if needed.
Yeah. I just picture like a Pawn Star situation. We walk in, the guy's like, "I'm taking a big risk."
I got a buddy. who knows all about
He
this.
knows
Let me
the
call him
guy.
down here.
Perhaps I can barter with
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, we'll let you do the talking
shopkeep.
unless you aren't doing a good job, and then
Perhaps
we'll
I
step
can
in.
persuade him to see more eye to eye with us.
Yeah,
Give Sir Venom a heads up before you're gonna start ability rolling, and I'll guide you. I'll guide your conversation,
Yeah.
hopefully in a good direction.
Immersion. Jeez.
Let's
Say
also
that
let's go
again.
to a
I'll bless you with the blessings of the Raven Queen, so that you have.
Yes, I
let's go
understand.
to a
You'll-
bank and take out a huge loan and
You'll
then
bless
never
my silver
repay it.
tongue and turn it into a gold tongue. I understand what you're trying to say, Sir Raven
Well-
or Sir Venom.
What I would also say about the loot that you have, because you have like a fancy spork that's worth 250 gold. All of those sorts of things, you will need to spend time and energy sourcing that into like coin.
Okay.
What if we found a fence?
I mean,
Fence?
there is a general store called The Fence if you want.
And like
Nice.
what perhaps Axel has a source,
Yeah.
if, either
I-
way, let's maybe we shop around for a
I
fence first.
do
before we-
have my part of my background is a thing called ear to the ground, where I can like make contact with people in the segment of society that have chosen those types of people.
Oh, you know what? I would also say that if my family's not here, those connections may be gone, but I might know somebody else to talk to.
Sure. Yeah, all of that is appropriate. The Fence would be your first place to start, and it is an all-purpose, not a general store per se, although it has the air of a general store at first. It is a pawn shop.
You never
That
know
would probably
what's
be
going
your
to come
best
through
guess.
those doors.
Yeah.
Riku, who would you know in Neverwinter still?
This is cringe, but I would know Morty.
This
Oh,
is
you would know Morty. Okay. It's funny because I know where everyone is from all of the past campaigns that we've played and that you've played, but I don't know where Morty is. That's the one character. So go ahead, tell me where Morty is.
What?
How many years would it have been after the dragon? You said like 40?
About 40, 45, yeah.
I would say that like Nacho was like the leader in all that, and we kind of were like we had a business plan. So I would say throughout those 40 years, Morty probably set up shop here with Nacho, got things started, and then probably eventually went back to his old um like what would you call it? Like village? I called it Twin Peaks. Is where he grew up. He would
Okay.
probably go check in with that, and then probably eventually make his way back to hang out in Neverwinter. Because I think I would say that Morty liked his home and all that jazz, but I think he sort of going on adventures sort of showed him a side of himself he didn't know was there, and he sort of I think he enjoyed living in like society versus out in the woods. And
Okay.
plus he can't sell and make
What
brew like beer on a large scale back in his village. He can only do it on a small scale there. This is the
So this
he
would
got
be
like a brewery here, so this was like his dream job was running the
Ye-
brewery and just hanging around here.
it's funny. It's the Mortician's Brew in particular has been popular in Neverwinter now for about 35 years. And that is
Nice.
Morty's brewery.
Perfect. Well, there it is.
Yeah, he's
Morty's
just-
probably somewhere in a bar.
he's getting hammered, telling people all old stories about the good old
Yeah.
days.
Exactly. He's reliving the glory days.
And this one time there was a dragon.
Yeah, and probably like half the stories that Riku's heard he doesn't believe are true, but Morty will swear up and down they're true.
Uncle Morty.
Like not believing his dad was a great warrior, just like no way.
Like you
Okay.
fought a dragon with an elf who was riding on a giant fly? No.
Yeah, it sounds pretty outlandish.
So where
So
do
at
we?
some point we'll probably make contact with Morty at some point.
But for
Well,
right now,
we'll-
Riku, where do we begin?
Well, let's the shopping part.
All
Before
right.
we start before we start chasing leads and stuff.
All right,
you know?
yeah, lead the way.
All right, let's buy and sell whatever we want.
Opens door.
All right, everybody, drop your list in the chat. Let's see what we're working with here.
So Lynch actually has a really, really good list. If you guys want to see that, you want to share that,
Oh,
Lynch?
yeah, he sent it to us.
Okay, cool.
That's what I had my eye on so far. But we'll
Uh,
start.
let's say you like spend some time at the fence. We can sort of obfuscate that. If you need
Oh,
to go back and forth, like to get coin on hand, that won't be a problem. The items that you have will sell for their value. So like the spork is worth 250. The
Yeah.
magic items, however, are going to be at Aurora's Realms is where you would sell that for coin, and those values are going to be particular.
Okay.
Um,
So like any magic items we might want to sell.
What does particular mean?
yeah. Particular to like the item itself.
Oh,
I've
okay.
actually developed I found somebody developed like a pricing system for magic items because
Go back to
there's no good way to do this, or at least like the Dungeon Master's Guide doesn't have a good one, so I
Yeah.
found one online.
So it looks like from that list of question mark items, we got the plate armor +2, the Arcanoloth book, Mace of Terror, unless someone's trying to use that, and then the Rod of Pact Keeper, and these sling bullets, I guess.
Yeah.
Probably not going to hold on to those. But
Well,
the Helm of Brilliance, I was curious about that. How many of the gems are in that sucker?
Oh, yeah.
Give me a moment and I will.
Yeah, there's
check
like you have to roll for it.
what is it normally for the roll? Is it a D6 or D8?
No,
or
no, no.
something?
There's a roll for
It's
like
for
3 or
each-
4 different kinds of gems.
Yeah, it's for each gem.
Oh wow. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead and just start making rolls for it then. Is what I would say, and we'll
Let
have you
me
determine that.
find the item. Remember what all the rolls are.
I took that off of the list I sent to Nick because I know you said you wanted it. So.
Well, I mean, it didn't seem like anybody else did, and I think Riku would definitely rock it. If I have a way of covering up.
Well,
my
the other
appearance.
stuff, like the questionable stuff, like Mace of Terror, I figure we could see what the price is for it.
Yeah, that one it's worth just holding on to. Like that's probably more valuable in our pocket.
Depends
than
on how much we're talking about, though.
It's true. That is a variable.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I will also give you. So go ahead and just start rolling for that. Riku.
this is from the item. I'll start rolling.
Okay.
So I'll do one at a time.
Yeah. In terms of Aurora's Realms, they have just like a number of things automatically on hand for you to be able to buy up to a 1d4 of each. And I will just put that in the chat. So that is all just like good to purchase.
2. A big roll in this last 10. It's not bad. Let's see. Ooh, that is a really harsh roll on the first one. That's out of 40. But that second roll, that's massive. That's out of 30. Holy fuck. And that third roll is out of 20. Okay, these are pretty good.
Damn, that's a fire opal one, the 3d10, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Damn. Pretty excited about this actually. Those are pretty big rolls. Like I don't really care about having light or the whatever the daylight. That doesn't matter because of the sword. Okay, I gotta write this down.
Oh, what'd you get? What happened?
This is for the Helm of Brilliance.
Yeah, so he got 23 for the fire opals, which means he can do fireball 23 times.
What?
Wait, what? You got 23 fireball?
Yeah.
What fucking magic item did I give you guys?
Yeah.
That's a cool item.
That might be pretty valuable. See what, you know.
No, you should just
Hell
use
no.
that.
This is more valuable in Rico's dome.
All
You
right.
just use them willy-nilly.
Oh well.
And then the 6 out of 10, that is also a fucking enormous spell, whatever that spell is.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to see if I don't think it's on this list, oddly enough.
Oh, the value of the helm? Well, because the amount of gems changed, so the value could probably changes with that, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a unique item.
I mean, it's probably worth. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably worth like 60,000 gold. Yeah, like 60,000 gold would be my guess.
The Helm of Brilliance?
Yeah, probably, if not more, because it's roughly like it's a little less powerful than the Staff of Power on some level, and the Staff of Power, which you can learn if you show it, is worth more than that.
The staff is like that's probably one of the strongest items in the game. I'd have to guess.
I feel like this could turn into like D&D. The Price is Right. Like, you know, you have to guess how much something's
I'm
worth.
gonna edit the item so I have this shit marked.
Barter. Can you put charges on it?
I probably have to customize it, but if you look at the helm, I have it in my inventory. You can see what spells you can use with it.
Can
I wonder if we get more of the gems, can we like add them on and somehow like
No. No. It's
re-magikize
fine.
it?
It's fine the way it is.
Yeah.
Just wondering.
So the downside about the fireballs is he'll hurt us
hit
if he throws
ourselves.
them on us. So
Yeah.
I'm resistant to fire. I'll take a fireball.
can I get somebody to roll a d6 for me so I can tell you what
Oh.
spells are available? What spell scrolls?
Yeah,
Nonetheless,
I want to try to.
I'm busy doing inventory stuff.
Now that we're placing spell stuff, I want to
did you roll it?
bust my book
No,
out and
let's-
add
oh,
some
I got
spells
you.
to it.
D6.
Yeah, d6 please.
6.
6. Okay.
Yeah.
You are provided with this list.
False life, floating death. Is that like a UFO?
That's I used that last session to help carry some of the stuff out.
Yeah, Tensor's floating
Ah.
disk. There are also a number of other items for sale, and these ones are particular to this Aurora's realms. And I will give you these. There's a few I have to clean out of here for a moment.
Damn.
Yeah. So all of those are also available for
Cool.
purchase. And these are like the actual magic items at Aurora's realms.
Is there?
They also can I give
What's
a
a quiver?
D4?
What's the quiver do? Does that do anything cool?
D4.
Oh, sorry, D10. That's my bad. D10,
Oh, I
please.
was gonna say D4. The Mighty
Oh,
Ducks
wait,
movie.
the ring of mind shielding. That's the ring.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jakaro
the
had
first
that
game.
right.
7.
7 on the D10.
Wait a minute. Could it be actually Dracaro's ring, like the actual one?
Maybe he's dead and he's inside of it.
Oh my god, I need that ring.
Now,
No.
because Neverwinter is a port city, this Aurora's Realms also provides a number of upgrades to ships, which are
Ooh.
included here.
Well, we need
Very
to buy a
cool.
ship first. Oh, this stuff is.
Oh, that ointment.
item.
The ointment's available for sale. That's pretty
Ooh, the
cool.
folding boat. All right, that's the thing that Roboticus found, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Cloak the Manta Ray. That's one of the things I wanted.
Well, there you go. Found one. What is that?
Cloak of Elvenkind. Isn't that what you wanted, basically, Lynch?
It's the attunement required version. But what do they ask for that? What's the price on a Cloak of Elvenkind?
Cloak of Elvenkind is going to be.
Oh, the Sentinel Shield. Did you say that was a good item too?
He's got a
I've got a really.
he's
good
got a really
shield.
good shield. Yeah.
Oh.
My perception is already busted, so I don't need advantage on it.
Cloak of Elvenkind. Cloak of Elvenkind is going to be 5,000 gold pieces.
5,000.
What about the Cloak of the Manta Ray?
Cloak of the Manta Ray. What does that one do again in particular?
You can breathe underwater and have a swimming speed of 60 feet.
3,000 gold pieces.
It's not too bad.
Is this the type of place that we can just like barter? Like, hey, here's a scepter that's worth 3,000, and this is the thing
No,
I want. No, not
they're
okay.
very actually funny enough. Aurora's realms are very strict about pricing,
Okay.
and there's for a number of different reasons. But yeah, they're unwilling to barter.
Chain stores,
Okay.
man. We need like a mom and pop magic shop.
Hard to
But
find.
Sir Venom 100% wants to buy the cloak of the Manta Ray.
Okay.
We should probably buy this ointment too. Depending how much it's worth, how much it costs.
Ointment.
I'm pretty sure it's ointment that you had at one point, right?
Oh yes. Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was. I mean, that was good for a heal. Yeah, it's worth. I think that's worth seeing what the
Prices.
price is. Yeah. What list is it?
Which one?
Oh,
sorry. Which one is that?
Kyo
Nate-
got Tom's ointment.
Here, I'll just put it in the chat. There.
Kyo Tom.
It can cure disease, which is cool, or poison.
Gotcha. That is going to be 2,500 gold.
Cures a disease or poison, and it also gives you health.
I mean, I can cure diseases just with a
Yeah.
spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just do this stuff with spells. That's true.
It's not. I want to see because this is just the first stop. So I'm writing down 5K for the Cloak of Elvenkind. Like that's something I'm interested in, but I'm not gonna pull the trigger on it like just yet.
Right
I want
now,
to see. Yeah.
take out 3K for Sir Venom too, because I bought that with Manta Ray cloak. But what are these? What are the prayer beads?
We should just make a list right now before we start finalizing things. That is that Manta Ray cloak? Is that attunement or not?
It is not.
What does
That's
it do?
why-
Make it so you can breathe underwater?
Yeah, and it gives you a swimming speed of 60 feet. So I figure if we're gonna be on a pirate ship, like that's gonna be super
I mean,
useful.
that's probably definitely useful to have. But I mean, if the ship goes down, who gets it?
Well, I mean, you
Well, it
guys can
could
buy your
be-
own too if you want, but 1,000%. That's like one of the 2 items that I really
Well,
wanted.
it could also be like a battle tactic, like jump off, dive in the water, and then be able
What
to,
about
like,
this necklace, Nick?
maneuver around.
Is this just something that's available?
Yeah, that's one of the things that's available.
And is this
Sir Venom was asking about it.
is
That's
this
a really
shop
good
like are these
necklace.
items like sprawled out here? Like
That Morty had that necklace. That necklace is really good.
I'm guessing they're behind a glass case.
Yeah, these items are held actually in reserve elsewhere. The things that I presented first, so the list with the potion of healing and all the potions and all those types of things, that is out in a glass case before you. Everything else is like a list of like, what would you like? Because they're not going to have that in front of like potential thieves or clientele.
How much does this necklace of prayer beads cost?
That one cost. Let's see.
You would be like the ultimate spellcaster if you had this penguin, along with all your other shit.
I mean, like, I already have so many healing spells. I don't know if we.
But it's got but Windwalk. Windwalk is massive if you actually can cast that.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess these are like they're beads though, so they get used up. It's the only downside.
Yeah, and it's like it's the curing one, he said. So it's cure wounds or lesser restoration.
Oh no, but they come back the
4,000
next
gold.
day. That's pretty cheap for 4K, I'd say. And they regenerate the next morning.
What
And
about
you
the
can cast
ring?
them. You cast them as a bonus action.
I feel like Riku's
That-
working for the shop.
Well, I'm saying I had this same item as Morty. It was really
yeah,
useful.
I remember. I mean, it's not a terrible option.
Sorry,
Yeah,
what was the
this-
other item that was referenced there? Was that Vincent? Did you say that something?
Yeah, potentially. I was just curious about the ring of mind shielding.
Ring of Mind Shielding is you're not gonna love this one. Ring of Mind Shielding is 16,000 gold.
Woo,
Yikes.
you're breaking my balls.
That's a
Must have
lot for one
Drakaro.
item.
Must have Drakaro inside.
Yeah, he's.
Eh,
Uh,
feel that later.
I know where both Drakaro and Ricardo are. So I don't know. Maybe
How
you
the
will,
much
maybe
for
you won't.
how much for the folding boat?
Folding boat.
So could that be our boat? Like, would that be worth it, or should we get like an actual real boat?
I
No,
say
we
if
want
we
an
get,
actual boat.
like, we get an actual
Ah.
boat, and that could be like for when we disembark.
Oh, is that like our dinghy boat?
oh shit.
That's true. That's not a terrible idea, actually.
Folding boat's 10,000.
God damn,
Oh,
that's
a
expensive.
lot.
Let me look it up and see if it's worth that. Is it the
What do you
size of
mean
like
it's
a?
worth that? What do you
Let
mean?
I
me
mean, is
let
it
me
the
be clear as
size
well. Each of these things that are not on the list. So like if there's something you don't know of or that you can describe that's not on the list, they could potentially get that too. It'll be like an extra 10 to 20% on top of the price of it though.
Ooh, I want to ask them if they know about illusionist bracers out of the land of Ravenloft.
They do not.
Yeah, I figured that one was a long shot.
They do know about the Deck of Illusions. They have heard of those before. And they would be willing to give you up to 3,200 gold for that if you had it on you.
Oh,
Pretty-
the deck.
It's pretty good.
Riku has that.
I mean, we all have it. It's it's ours. It's a group.
Only 2
So
potions.
this folding boat becomes at its longest a 24-foot long boat.
That's pretty big. I don't know how big that is.
I don't know if it's
how
good
many?
for like a multi-month long.
Okay, it can hold 15 medium creatures. But the
That's
thing is, this
huge.
thing has a it has a lifespan, right? We can't use this thing forever.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we
Is
need
is
a
that
real
how it
boat.
works? If I remember correctly.
I don't think so. I think that's the tokens.
Oh, maybe you got to
Yeah,
roll
the
for more information. This is
No, the folding boat is just once it's a boat, it's a boat, and then once it's turned back to a box, it's a box.
Well, would we know, Nick, if this thing has like a lifespan or if it's just good to go forever? Like once we have it.
Yeah, Aurora's Realms is willing to tell you all of the information about each of the items. And so I would just say toss it into D&D Beyond and find it.
I'm looking. I can't really. I don't see.
Oh, is it not? Gotcha.
No, it's here.
Maybe we had a different item. Maybe this wasn't the item we had.
The first campaign we had the Qual Feather token for Swan Boat, and that only
Okay,
has
that's what it
like
is.
24 hours of use like per week.
Okay,
or
so
something.
folding boat must not have a time span then. It must just be good to go.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
think there's a time span on the folding boat at a glance.
Yeah, this is pretty cool, but my one gripe with it is that we'd what's it called? Our crew would really have nowhere to go. Like if we needed a crew, they have nowhere to go. Like once we packed it up, like or I mean, I guess they
Yeah.
could guard it.
That's what I'm saying. Like
So-
if we got it, we should use it as like a rowboat to like disembark from our main ship to like shore.
But it's going to be expensive though. He said it's a $10,000 thing.
Yeah, which is why we should not do that and just get like a normal rowboat.
Yeah, we don't have to make any decisions right now. We just need to know that things are available and how much they cost. Can I get a price check on Potion of Growth and the water breathing one?
Yeah.
Because I feel like if we're doing a water adventure, everyone should have at least one water breathing if they can't breathe underwater.
So the
Well,
Potion of Growth is 270.
I'm a turtle.
And what was the other one? Water breathing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Potion of water breathing. 180.
All right.
That's not terrible.
How much is the cap of water breathing? Because the Manta Ray Cloak and the cap, neither of those take attunement, and they both just let you breathe underwater indefinitely.
The cap is 1,000 gold.
Wow. The Manta Ray was less or more. Oh, I see right here. 3,000.
Manta Ray is 3,000, but it just looks way cooler.
It also gives you movement. That's a pretty big deal.
Oh
Yeah.
And the fact that it's not attunement is
Do
like
they have
frankly an
more
even
than
bigger
one
deal.
of these magical items?
No, for the most part, all of these are like one and done. If you would like, they can be commissioned. It is a month per 1,000 gold for an item to be commissioned, though.
Oh
So,
jeez.
like the Cloak of Manta Ray would take 3 months.
I mean, if we got a cloak and a cap, that's probably not bad. To have 2 items where we can breathe underwater, 2 out of 4 is not bad.
Yeah, then maybe a few potions.
And a few
Yeah.
potions for the rest.
And I really want to find. I want to go to where all the wizards were hanging out and see if I can convince one of them, to make me some spell scrolls.
I
Because
mean, we
water
have a
breathing,
bunch of scrolls.
but not ones that I can like put into my book. Like I want ritual spells.
Oh,
Like water breathing is a ritual spell, and if I get a scroll of it, I can put it in my book and then just like cast it whenever.
well, then we wouldn't need the items, right? I mean,
But
in
it
a
wouldn't give
pinch, we
us
probably still need want at least one. Like the cap, it's cheap, $1,000.
I mean, I'm getting the cloak of the manta ray either way. That
Okay.
was number 2 on my list of things I wanted.
Okay.
All right, so just get it.
Pretty pumped it was on the list. Oh, I already did.
Yeah. All right.
I also do they sell eye patches?
Whoa.
I mean, you can acquire an eye patch from one of the many fashionable cap stores
I'm
across the
definitely
town of
gonna do
Neverwinter.
that. I need that. I'm gonna need a pirate hat.
Also done, not difficult.
Are you gonna wear an eye patch without missing an eye?
Yep.
As part of the handicap community, Axel would be offended.
I am going full on pirate for this adventure. Sir Venom is
I would say
very
that your
excited.
perception checks based on sight will be at disadvantage.
I'm fine with that. I get to be a pirate.
Okay.
I can always like if I'm looking away, I can always just like reach and lift it up if I really need to.
So are we? Anybody else got questions about the items?
The ones from this list.
Yeah.
What's that quiver? Did you already ask about that, Vincent?
Yeah, it just holds like a lot of stuff. Like it holds like a lot of arrows or bolts or whatever.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think your normal quiver only holds like 20 to 30 or something like that.
Yeah, that's plenty.
The
Restock them.
Gotcha. The boat, the folding boat. Just for a comparison point for you guys, a sailing ship is typically somewhere in the range of like 70 to 100 and maybe 120 feet.
What is horseshoes of speed?
Horseshoes of speed.
What does that go for?
Horseshoes of the Zephyr, technically.
Oh, it's the horseshoes of the Zephyr.
Oh no, sorry. Horseshoes of speed, 5,000 gold.
Huh. Okay.
We don't have a horse though.
No, it's still cool.
You can acquire a horse.
Oh, that is true.
You have the Omega horse with those on it.
The wand of binding wouldn't be a terrible purchase either.
What does it have?
I think
Or how much is it?
I think it's what, hold monster and hold person.
That's probably a good one. Who would probably rock that? No one else did. Depending how much it costs. Oh yeah, this is a good one.
What resistance is the Ring of Resistance?
Oh, it requires attunement?
Ring of Resistance. In this instance, it is going to be... So it's 6,000 gold for the Ring of Resistance, and go ahead and roll me a d12.
D12. 4.
4. That is going to be poison resistance.
Did we get a price check on the wand of binding?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, good.
Wand of binding. $10,000 gold.
Whew. It's a good wand, but not
Well,
not
we
that
don't.
good.
I'm telling you, we still don't know what our like total wealth is. So maybe
Yeah.
10,000 could be a drop in the bucket. Could be like, you know,
It's just the problem is it takes
all our
attunement.
money.
I really like it, but I only have one attunement slot left if I'm gonna wear this helm.
So did we sell all the stuff we know the price for? Like the
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not difficult for you to do, like I was saying. And if
Okay.
you want to just say that you have as much gold as I believe that you had on that chart,
Yeah.
go for it.
Okay. So that
Cool.
and then minus 3,000 for whatever what's this? Sir Venom.
So
So
then
what is that going to be? It's nearly 60,000 gold that you have by the looks of it.
40,000 plus 4,700. So 59,841 minus 3,000. So we're looking at I just fucked it up.
So 60 was our total.
Yeah, nearly.
About, yeah.
Okay.
That's with everything sold.
Hopefully.
That's with the top 3 things. So like the bag of holding, the Raven's loot, the random Amber Temple stuff.
Okay.
The things that you've not sold, those can also be priced if you so wish. Or more, like the Deck of Illusions, for instance.
And this is like a magic shop we're in, right?
Yeah.
I
So
would
our
say
initial net value before selling everything, we're at 60K. So that's roughly 15K each spending until we sell more shit.
We know like the plate armor, the sling bullets, and the rod of the pack keeper. I think we know that none of us want any of that stuff, right? I think is anyone going to use the Mace of Terror?
It's not a bad item. It's just I probably wouldn't use it, but it's really not a bad item. Like it's useful to have, like in a pinch. But
I want to see how much I'll pay for it.
Let me see.
I wanna-
Oh, sorry. my
Then we'll
cat's
know
in
how
the
valuable it is to keep.
way. Mace of Terror.
Yeah. I think it's a purple.
8,000 gold. So you would purchase it for 8,000 gold. You could sell it to them for 4,000. They
Oof.
are a 50% commission store in that regard.
yowza.
I think we'll take our fancy items. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? That's
I think if it came down to it and we had something we wanted bad enough, maybe we sell it then. But if we really don't have a need to like get more gold right now, then what's the point in selling things?
yeah.
Like
They
like
do
my
say
What?
they are willing to go up to 75% for a single item if you go on procurement jobs for them.
To get more items.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Procurement jobs, and they're willing to like discuss procurement jobs with you. They know that you're, I mean, this is the typical 3 individuals that is in any sort of Aurora's realms: 1 elven, 1 dwarven, 1 gnomish, each with their own specialties: 1 arcane, 1 divine, and 1 sort of natural magics. They have a list of things that they need. They hire adventurers to go get them for them. They will teleport you there and they will teleport you back as needed.
Oh,
But
we
you would
like
be on
that.
a job for them, and then you'd be able to sell one of the items that you have at 75% instead of 50% of its value.
Okay.
Riku looks at the group and he's like, "You got yourself a deal. some odd jobs here and there, boys. Why not?"
Yeah.
You know, maybe get some cool items on the way. Or at least get
Yeah.
first pick. Riku winks at the guys who just hired him.
Yeah.
If you do not procure, so as part of the terms, if you do not procure the item or if you decide to keep the item for yourselves, you then owe, I believe it would be roughly like 12.5% of the item's worth to the organization.
Because like the finder's fee of us getting it.
Exactly.
Fair. That's fair enough.
Okay.
We were
And
just
when
joshing anyway. We
yeah,
wouldn't do that.
when you were telling us about the shops, this was like the magic pawn shop.
Yeah, it's so Aurora's Realms is found in Neverwinter. There's only one in Neverwinter. There are two in Baldur's Gate, one in the lower city and one in the upper city, and there are several in Waterdeep, which
Okay.
you
Did we
visited
get
in one of the previous campaigns.
Did we get that the +2 armor appraised?
No, you have not, but you can, and let me give you that in particular.
Yeah, let's
This is like a
take
chain.
a gander at that.
Well, they're gonna add 50%. They take a 50%.
No, but if we do this mission, then they'll do it for 75.
All right, let's
That's
see.
why
So
we
it's
find out the most expensive items. It's worth
how much is plate armor normally worth? Is it like 1,000 gold or
lot.
something?
Plate armor, 1,500 for just the regular one, I think.
Gotcha. So then this is 7,500 to purchase. So they would give you 3,750 gold for that.
So less than
Three
basic
th-
terror.
Damn, 3,000 for +2 plate armor. That's good
Well, you
for.
think of it like this, like it's worth more like that than it is just
Yeah.
sitting in our inventory a lot of the times.
Yeah, because it's so heavy.
But my other thing is like we don't even need gold for anything right now until we like
Yeah.
we
We need
actually
a
have a list
boat
of things
and
we
a
need. You know.
hideout.
Well, we can shop around for a boat and potential house next if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
If we're done here.
What were the other shops you were telling us about?
Well, no, I don't want to do it now. I'm just throwing it out there that we're gonna need a large sum of money for that.
Yeah. Understood.
The other shops would be a wizard supply store, and so that would probably have scrolls more than anything else you would expect. We might have a few random items as well that tossed in there, as well as the ability to, and this is where you would go to enchant a vessel. Would be the wizard supply store, and then the other one would just be like a typical blacksmith. You could buy any armor or weapon that you would like, and then you could bring it for enchanting back to the wizards.
Okay.
The wizard supply store.
That sounds.
And then we got these books. Like, who would we sell these books to?
Oh, the books.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a number of places around that would probably take a look at those. The Temple of Knowledge of Agmona or of Agama, that Rictavio has been, or Rudolf van Richten, I should say, has been spending his time in. They might pay you quite a hefty sum for these books, depending on their worth and value. If you would like to go check that out. The other ones would be bookshops, but considering the amount of you have enough books to basically fill out like a quarter or a half of a small bookshop. So you don't know if someone's going to be willing to pay all that much for them in that instance.
Well, these are one of a kind items.
I would
You
also
probably find some,
suggest
like fancy pants wizard who would want them.
I would also suggest you are supposedly headed towards Candlekeep. And if you would all like to make Arcana or History rolls, that could be useful in this instance.
History.
Oof.
Ooh.
Yeah, Sir Venom, you definitely. I don't think you would know anyways. You would need like a really high roll to know this. Axel, you are going to know this. Same with Riku. Wow, look at that. Do we have one from Vincent?
What was it? History or what?
Our Arcana.
Neither are good. 13.
You've heard of Candlekeep, but you wouldn't know this. Entry into Candlekeep is difficult, frankly. You typically have to pay in some form of knowledge. You have a sneaking suspicion that the Strahd books or the Arcanoloth Wizard's book, the Arcanoloth Wizard's book might let you do it. It's questionable. The Strahd books, almost assuredly. They are handwritten, one of a kind, on topics ranging a number of different subjects.
Maybe we
What
save
about the
book for now?
demonic one of a kind book that could kill the whole world? What about that book? Would that let us in?
You'd probably want to discuss that one with Rudolf van Richten, but most likely.
But did you say that place that Rudolph was hanging out was in the city that we're in right now?
Yeah, the Temple of Knowledge. Yep.
Yeah, let's check that out.
Okay. Give me a moment. It's over on the western or the eastern side of the city, and House of Knowledge. Sorry, not temple. It is technically a temple to Ogma, binder of what is known. It's located on the southern side of the city, near the Dolphin Bridge, within what is the Protector's Enclave. The House of Knowledge is a pretty impressive building. It has a ton of windows, and as you enter, you realize like they need lots of natural light because there's all these like alcoves and cubbies where people are reading. It is frankly just a beautiful library. The shrine to Agma is located on the ground floor and is open to the public. You see that off limits to most visitors, however, would be what appears to be some sort of like sets of offices, workshops, living areas. And you can see that because there's some like windows adjacent to it through the library into like, some of the living quarters and offices in particular. But as you enter, you can find an individual at a service desk without issue.
Nudges Riku forward.
It's a half-elven man, long blonde hair, dirty, ink-stained hands, um, brown tan skin. Oh yes, hello.
Before we went in, I would have guided, or I would have given Riku the blessings of the Raven Queen.
What are we doing here again?
We're having them check out the books and seeing what we can get for books.
Riku would reach into his bag of holding or wherever the books are and pull out a couple and say, "Good day, sir. Would you mind having a look at these? My friends and I we're trying to get an idea of the value of our collection here."
Oh, yes, indeed. Let me, give me a moment. And you can see that he looks at the books, glances. I've never heard of these. Interesting. He takes his quill and dips it into ink, and he writes out on a piece of parchment, folds it up like a little paper airplane, and then like whispers a spell onto it, and it shoots off. And he goes, the curator will be with us momentarily. If you'd like to stand over here, there's some chairs. Put your books on the table there, and the curator would love to take a look at them.
Sure. Riku looks at the table and he's like, "Do you got another table? We might need more."
Indeed. Give me a moment. And he like stands up and he like, I'll bring you some of the library carts. And he wheels over like 2 library carts as well. And the table's basically just like a coffee table. The library carts are those typical sort of like 2 foot by 3 foot sort of library carts with like 2 or 3 shelves on it.
Perfect. Me and the lads will get to work right away. Riku, summons the whole and he's like, "Come on, boys, let's get the books out."
And indeed, and he sees you like one of you going down into the hole to like get the books out.
Yeah, start throwing them up to us to catch them.
Yeah.
There's like books flying out of the air from this hole. Oh wow, indeed, quite the sight. And I'll be right over here if you need anything. And he sort of steps away as you guys are gathering the books up out of the hole in this manner. Eventually, an individual comes over, a dwarven woman, and she has a monocle in one eye, and her hair is pulled back in like a simple braid. Her clothes are quite clean, but she comes over and goes, "I hear you would like to sell off some books. Is this correct?" Oh, oh my goodness! Look at all these. How many? Good lord! And she like pulls a scroll out of her robes and begins to look at it. She goes, "I've never heard of this. That might be a lost first edition that was never reprinted." And she's like
Riku's like,
checking
just
like,
a few.
let me do the following. Can I get
Roll for us, baby.
Yeah, I just need a roll. I actually might get a roll from you guys. Give me a persuasion check. Let's do that. Let's do a group persuasion check.
A group.
Group persuasion check.
Okay.
It's just a little 29 from
Yeah.
Riku.
Don't forget your guidance, Riku, in case that 29 is too low.
Do
You
I
have to make
bother?
up for. You have to
No,
make up for
yeah, go ahead
being-
and do it, Riku. I want to see how high we can go with this.
We still
32?
need,
It's a little old,
Vincent.
32.
And Vincent,
Oh, what was that?
persuasion.
Persuasion check.
Like, please give us money for these books.
8.
Okay.
-1, Vincent.
You like
So to
that?
be very clear, Sir Venom, Axel, and Vincent got in combination a 32, which is equal to what Riku got solo. So that'd be 64 divided by 4 is a 16. That's still plenty good.
That's not bad.
Yeah, she looks at this and she says, well, frankly, this is too many books for just 4 of you to have forged. Some of these authors, I recognize the names. There have been rumors for quite some time across many of the homes of knowledge across the Sword Coast that they might pop up. Where in the 9 hells did you find all this? This is an astronomically wealthy hoard of knowledge that you have.
Yes, this is our knowledge. Thank you. We're just getting it appraised. We're not parting with it. We're just curious the value. Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, indeed.
Because you guys wouldn't be able to buy such a vast wealth of knowledge, could you? That's afford such a thing?
We could. We might need to take out a loan, but considering the hoard here, it would almost assuredly be worth it. It would go into our special collections, almost every single volume here, I suspect. You can see that. Make an insight check.
It's like drooling over these books.
Oh yeah, she is. She is not just drooling over these books. She is like lusting over them. There's like a level of like knowledge here that you suspect would make any librarian very excited, far too excited.
Foaming at the mouth.
Yeah.
Riku looks back at the boys. He's like, I think this might be worth more just keeping, but I mean, we should know the value. I'm down to do that. But let's keep going.
We need
you
a boat.
I'll be frank. I don't think the shops would be able to afford these books if you attempted to sell it to them. The shops here are good, not as good as Waterdeep, but quite good here in Neverwinter. But frankly, I think this is maybe worth 20,000 gold.
Damn.
Riku kind of like stops and then like looks to the boys, then looks at the lady, looks to the boys. Quite a lot of gold. It's like, let me have a word with my associates here. The boys get in a huddle.
Yeah. Did she say the shops aren't as good as the ones in like Waterdeep?
She said 20,000 is the best we'll be able to get, and it's from them. But she also at the same time said that this is like almost the knowledge here is invaluable. So 20,000 almost feels like a low ball.
Okay.
But it's I don't know. But this is tough because like I like I'm saying is if we were in a pinch and needed the money, sure. But I feel like we're not in a pinch. Like we might be able to get what we need. We might be able to get what we need with the money we have.
So Venom's with Riku. Thinks holding on to the books for now might be the call if they're like so valuable and special.
Like the thing is like the 20 could be a low ball. Like these could be worth 60.
Just
and as you know, Riku, they may also be useful to you in a different fashion.
Yes, just the knowledge alone, like to reference them when we need to. Like that's huge.
Go tell her, thanks for the information. Get a
I'll
business.
give her my card.
Yeah, get or take a business card. And
be cordial about this.
We'll let her know.
And then at the same time, we were never here.
Are you trying to persuade her that you were never there? Like, are you asking her to forget that this happened?
I'm still incognito, so Riku's not really trying to cover up his trail too much. But I guess until this is kind of causing a scene. Until now,
Axel
he would, probably want to
would
cover up his
take
tracks a bit.
yeah, Axel will take the book bags, walk up, and in a somewhat intimidating fashion will tell her to forget she saw the books for now until we come back.
We
Okay, go ahead and make
spent
an
a half hour
intimidation check.
piling these books for them to fucking appraise them and be like, we were never here.
Yeah, a 10.
And she sort of adjusts her monocle as she looks at you, throws her braid over her shoulder. Sir, it's going to be quite hard to forget, frankly. And she sort of pats your like muscly arm, arm shoulder, like reach. And she's like, "That's a good lad." It clearly didn't work or take effect on her.
Yeah.
Or you're not even sure she understood that you were attempting to intimidate her.
Maybe she thought you were trying to pick her up.
Well, Axel
flexing in front of
doesn't
her.
have a dwarf fetish, so he will leave with the
Okay.
books. Taking our books
Okay.
and we're leaving.
So here's a question: do dwarf women have beards?
Not in my version.
Why would they?
I
They do in Lord of
just-
the
I
Rings,
was
right?
I was just
so.
wondering.
I-
Maybe they do.
All right. So I guess we still got the magic dudes, and we got blacksmith. Our last two stops before we see what's up with boats.
It's an hose.
Yeah.
Okay. In terms of the blacksmith, whatever you want, you can have it made. This is a big city. You know, whatever thing you desire, you can have made. They don't have specialty items necessarily per se. Like, they don't have +2 armor or something like that. If you want your armor enchanted in that way, you would need to bring it to the wizard supply store.
Okay. Do they deal in mithril armors?
Ah, that is
Yeah.
a different question. They do deal in
Ooh,
armor of rare metals.
I like this question.
It is typically an extra 800 gold um per per thousand. So and you round up. So like plate armor is typically 1500.
Yep.
So in this instance, it would be 3100 gold for mithril plate armor.
What about? Because I would get half plate. I think half plate's the biggest medium. Because I only do medium, so I would do
Gotcha.
half. Because I got half plate on right now, so I would give them my old half plate armor and then
Upgrade.
buy their mithril half plate armor and
Gotcha.
do that.
Half plate is normally 750, so therefore it would be 1550 for mithril half plate.
Okay. And then could I just
Doesn't
sell?
sound terrible.
Could I sell them the half plate that I have right now, or?
Yeah, they would take it, and they would take it for 400 gold. So it would be 1150 total.
Okay.
Does Mithril, does that take attunement?
No, does
I don't
not.
think so. It's just a different kind
right.
of metal.
I will buy that then.
It's a no-brainer.
1150.
Cerveno might want to do that too to get rid of the disadvantage on stealth.
Riku would ask them about his glamorous studded, and ask if they have heard of any of that around.
They have. Are you looking for a price check on it? Like, what are you looking for?
Yeah, if he could buy it, or if they could make it, one or the other, whatever's cheaper.
2,000 gold, and typically they would make a fine-looking set of studded leather armor, and they would ship it over to the Wizard Supply Co., where it would be made glamorous or glamored.
For 2K, I think
Not
that's
bad.
probably worth it. Just to start off, like, we all guarantee ourselves one item. I feel like Riku's probably gonna do that.
Oh,
I have
guys are cool.
I have a question about cold resistance. So I remember with Zeusanu, whenever I dove down too deep, like the cold would make me take levels of exhaustion. Would cold resistance do anything with that? If like we're swimming around underwater?
It would. Um, it would, in particular. In that instance, that was a little complicated for a number of reasons. Typically, humanoids cannot go too deep into the depths.
For the pressure,
with-
yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but I was a duck, so
Right, right. And that was
built,
why
built a
you were
little
only
different.
taking exhaustion points for cold.
Go.
Resistance to cold would help prevent that, but you might have other problems, is kind of my point.
Okay, then maybe it's not worth the attunement slot.
Would having a high AC come into play?
Right?
Would
Like,
the
should I get
steel
my
shell around my body?
should I get my half plate armor to +2?
This is
I'd
basically a
feel a,
submarine at that point.
I'd feel a little more comfortable if my AC was 25 instead of 23.
Oh God.
25 instead of 23.
Yeah, with
What does studded leather even get me to, like 15, 14?
I don't know actually. Let me check.
What's
I'm
your
happy
dex?
with
What's your
that.
dex modifier?
+3.
So that would give you. It would technically give you a +1 as well, on top of whatever
With the
studded.
glamorous,
Yeah,
they don't have it in stock. I'd have to get it like commissioned.
exactly.
Okay. I mean, it's worth it.
Think
So
How
it'd be
long
get
would that
the,
take?
It would take a few. It would take a week.
we've got like a little time to kill, right?
So when we get to the wizard people, will we be able to like, and they can like enchant things like Minecraft style,
Yep.
right? So can we just say like, here's this item and here's the enchantment I want, and then we pay them, or
Yeah, pretty
like,
much. The issue is mostly going to be money and time. However much
okay,
money.
I'll wait
You
till
know.
I'll wait till we get there to tell you what I'm thinking, but
Okay.
So if this item's gonna take a week, that means we're gonna be stuck here for a week, boys, or at least we have to come back. In a
you
week.
know what's good about this situation? We're not on the clock for anything. We're free men enjoying
So
freedom.
let's do
And we
that
could
then.
probably fast forward a week too if we wanted to.
Well, I saw another studded leather when I was searching the glamorous.
Or
It's
you could go on an adventure for Aurora's Realms
Yeah,
True,
and earn some
true.
money.
Yeah.
nice.
We'll wait the week for you, Riku. You can get your armor.
Okay.
Can I
Yeah,
commission
the Mariner
a
studded leather is not that good. The glamorous is way better.
Well, it sounds
Yeah,
like when we go to the wizard people, we'll be able to like, will they be able to work on multiple items at once, or is it like, sorry, this week is Riku's item, you gotta wait till the next week to do the next item?
Yeah, so Riku, you would actually know this because the Wizard Supply Co. is actually run by the many-starred Cloak organization of wizards, which has a tower over on the eastern side of town. There are multiple individuals you suspect you could. I mean, you might not be able to get 20 items enchanted, but you could probably get 2, 3, 4 even enchanted simultaneously. Vincent, did you have something that you wanted to commission from the blacksmith?
well maybe not the blacksmith, but like an artisanal craftsman bow or something.
Ah, gotcha.
Bro,
I
you
know
got
that.
wish. You
Yeah,
really wanted it.
that's my backup sword.
That's
I mean,
true. We do have money to
Axel would know that
get. You
there's
can cast wish with your piles of cash.
there's like a bow shop in Waterdeep. I don't know if they have any bow shops in Neverwinter though. The city seems like it's kind of
we got
lacking a
week.
little bit.
Is it possible for us to take a trip there and back in a week?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think Waterdeep was
Not by
like
boat.
almost a month
I mean,
away
I
by
think
boat.
we go to the wizard, we see what's up, and if we have to wait a week, we'll just time jump. And
I was gonna say, what about teleportation circles? Like, do I have any that I know in Waterdeep?
You do not. You know the one here in Neverwinter, and you know the other one in Silvery Moon.
Okay.
Would we be able to find someone who could teach us
oh shit.
teleportation circle?
Well, they could take us there,
Waterdeep?
and then I could
I
learn it,
just
the way it would work.
I just picture Riku going in Waterdeep and just being like, "Hey man, you got any of those teleportation circles? Where the teleportation circles at?" It's like it's a drug.
Need a quick teleportation circle. Who's got them?
holding up a cardboard sign.
Now,
People in the
before
sky
we
bridges in Vegas. I'll become one of them.
before we leave this armor place, how much would adamantine half plate be?
Adamantine half plate would be. Adamantine is only 500 per 1,000 gold, so it's a little cheaper than mithril.
Okay, so I think I'd trade in my normal half plate for that.
Okay,
No more crits.
so I think that's 1250 or something like that.
How much was the adamantine total?
I think it's going to be 1,250.
Okay,
I'm not-
and then how much would I get selling? Is that included with selling the half plate back?
Oh, selling the half plate back to them it's only going to be 850 in this
Okay.
instance.
So that's 3850 subtracted from Sir Venom's share of the loot.
So okay, another 850.
I don't need to be stealthy. I have giant raven wings. I can't be stealthy.
Yeah, I think in your situation, if you're rolling stealth, everybody else is rolling stealth too, because when we do the group stealth checks.
Yeah.
So
You and Riku are like our sneaky boys, anyways.
this this glamour started leather. This is an attunement, right?
That is, I don't believe it's attunement. Let me double check.
I don't think it is. I put it in my inventory. So
No, you're good. You're good.
I'd also ask about what are the other items I was looking at? See. This a ring of protection. Is that possible to have one of those commissioned, or is that like out of my reach?
No, you can get a ring of protection. So it would be through Aurora's realms, and that would be at request, which means that in this instance, let me just double check how much it costs.
Probably
A ring of
expensive.
protection is 3,500, and that's just like a +1
Yeah.
ring of protection. And because you're having it commissioned, and because it's a higher quality item, it's going to be on the high end of that commission range. So it's probably going to be closer to about 4,000 gold in total when the commission is taken into account. Because they're literally like, what they would do is they would go find a set of adventurers like yourselves and ask them to go find a ring of protection, or use scrying services of their own, try to see where they might be able to find one somewhere, then get some adventurers and send them there, right?
What
Like
about
that's kind
cloak
of like the entire
Would
business
cloak
model.
protection be cheaper?
Cloak of protection. Same price. Same
Oh,
price.
okay. It's weird. They do the exact same thing, but one of them's green, one of them's blue.
And for something like a cloak or a ring of protection of like +2, I think it's going to be like 13,000 gold. It's
I
going to be
didn't even
quite
know
a
there
step
was
up.
I didn't know there was a +2 version.
Yeah, significantly more rare.
Well, that's gonna be like that'll be like wish list item for me. Like I'm gonna back burner that for now until we keep going, see what everybody else gets and whatnot. That seems quite expensive.
Nice.
Okay.
So,
But worth asking.
I guess what would they make of the blacksmith people make of this +2 plate armor? I mean, it is their, you know,
Sorry, say that again.
like the +2 plate armor. What do the blacksmith people make of it as far as price and stuff?
Oh, I mean, in terms of the actual like creation. Oh, you're looking to sell the one that you have.
Yeah, to see what they think. I mean, compared to what the pawn shop people.
They
were.
would probably buy it for less than 50%, because honestly, they're going to just take it and turn it around and sell it at Aurora's Realms.
Ah, all right. Damn. Okay.
They're kind of like, we don't deal in things of like They sort of try to put you off selling
Oh.
it at the blacksmiths.
Axel is put off. Um.
I mean, we don't keep that kind of coin around.
So then I guess we go to the wizards if we're done
Okay.
here.
All
The
right.
wizards.
Let me.
Oh, my fucking, I think my robe. Hold on. Never mind.
Your
Can
robe
I
of
thought my
secret
robe might have a
departments.
rowboat, but it doesn't. It has other useful stuff though. Oh no, it does have a rowboat. Never mind. It also has a horse. We have one horse.
Go
Who
ahead
should
We have
and
two dogs as well. We have two dogs. Once we settle down, we can actually bring
This
these animals into
is-
play.
This is great news, Riku.
Yeah.
If
Well,
I
I'm just
had my
I just
health,
forgot about it until just now. It's cool.
let them out.
It's gonna be useful.
the Wizard Supply Co. Is a stuffy little shop filled with shelves of basically just scrolls, but they're pretty good little scrolls. Anything that you could have purchased at Aurora's Realms in terms of first level scrolls, same
Mhm.
here. That said, they also have second and third level scrolls.
I'm looking
And within the scroll catalog, they have all of
Big
this.
boy scrolls. Oh my
Ooh.
goodness. Big list.
Okay, let's see. What are the ones that I wanted?
Arcane Lock's pretty juicy. Just first one off the bat I'm seeing. Hold Person, good. Levitate, good. Pass Without Trace, good. Spider Climb, good. Zone of Truth, good. They got Fly, big. Gaseous
Zone of
Form,
Truth.
good. Revivify is useful. I mean, I think we have one of those already.
And I can also cast it. Ooh, water breathing. I definitely want to buy that.
And all of these scrolls are going to cost.
Yeah, level 2s. Are they all the same or are they different prices?
So this level 2 scrolls all cost about 120 a piece, and the level 3 scroll level 3. The level 3 scrolls cost 200 gold a piece.
That's how much a piece?
Oh wait, that seems odd. Those prices are. Nope, that's right. 120 for level 2 and 200 for level 3.
Definitely, I'm gonna buy a water breathing one. Add that to my book.
If there are, in particular, arcane scrolls that could be cast by bard, wizard, cleric, whoever, that are not on this list or of a higher level, you may inquire about them, but the prices are going to substantially increase.
Yeah.
I want to ask about. Let's see. Phantom Steed, Magic Mouth, and Telepathic Bond.
And are those castable by a wizard?
I'm not sure. It's on my list. I took the ritual caster, but it's ritual caster for wizard, so I would think so.
That might actually be. You might be surprised. Phantom Steed.
I know that's a paladin spell usually.
Wizard. Okay, cool. So that one, and that is a third level. They will commission that. So they would do that one for 300 gold if you wish, and that would take, I want to say, up to a week as well.
Okay.
They only have one of
Definitely.
these from this list. Like only have one in stock.
Of each of these on the list, they have 3 of each in stock. Or sorry, 3 of the second level and 2 of the third level.
I think having Arcane Lock would probably be useful for something like either on the ship or like at our house if we want to lock it up tight. Because I don't think any of us can cast that, so.
Which one?
Arcane Lock.
That's not a bad one.
Having one of those, and then potentially a hold person. And since they're so cheap, I mean they're pretty cheap considering how much money we have.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I'm stocking up.
And then also like having a couple flies. I feel like having fly spell just like ready to go, that doesn't seem like a bad idea. Like under any circumstance.
Yeah, especially since we couldn't find any like winged boots or like any flying items.
We haven't got there yet. That's still we're gonna talk about that maybe. See what's possible.
So I'm getting water breathing, and then I'm gonna commission Phantom Steed, Magic Mouth, Telepathic Bond, and Unseen Servant.
Okay,
So one,
Magic
two,
Mouth.
3, 4 commissions and 1 out of stock.
Unseen Servant, and so Magic Mouth, Unseen Servant, and Telepathic Bond.
Unseen Servant, Telepathic Bond, Magic Mouth, Phantom Steed. Yeah.
Okay. Magic Mouth. So Magic Mouth is going to cost you 200. Phantom Steed is 300. Unseen Servant is actually only going to cost you 100 because it's a first level, so that's 600 total. And Telepathic Bond, 5th level. That's a trickier one.
A doozy.
That is going to cost you 1,200 gold. And so that's 1,800 gold in total of spell scrolls.
I need to write down all the gold.
How much to get an axe, a great axe plus 2'd?
Oh, a great axe turned to a great axe plus 2?
Yeah.
That would take. Plus 1. That's how it's done. That will be 4,000 gold to commission that.
4,000.
If you do that, I'll probably end up commissioning the ring too.
I mean, let's see.
What would that bump your attack roll up to?
Right now my to hit is a +9 to hit, or +7, so it'll be a +9 if I had a
Gotcha.
+2.
What?
That's
Plus
pretty
9?
good.
Yeah. Well,
That's
I take the
pretty good.
because I take the -5 with the Great Weapon Master, so I need to like.
Because the
You know.
Sun Sword stuff, mine is also plus 9.
Yeah, I think the Sun Sword's technically a +2 weapon.
It
actually.
is.
How's this? Let's contemplate how you're gonna spend this gold. Let's take a 5-minute break. It's 8:30, and we'll pick it back up in a few moments. So
Well,
alarm will be, so any first level is going to be that 100 gold. What did you say? Illusory
script. The trouble is the like the builder page. It doesn't tell me what level the spells are.
Oh, gotcha. That's first level as well, so that's going to be 200 gold totals for that so far. Alarm, illusory script. What were the other ones?
Skywrite and Feign Death.
Skywrite and Feign Death. Skywrite is level 2, so that's going to be 200. And then Feign Death, I think that's either level 2 or level 3.
I feel like you don't need Skywrite.
Level 3, so that one's going to be 300 gold. So it'll be 600 gold total. No, 700 gold total.
Okay.
Are Archer's Greaves like a normal item? Or is that like a rare item?
I was also wondering what you're getting, Vincent. Are you getting a bow or something?
Yeah. Maybe Archer Greaves or a new bow.
Greaves are leg armor.
I really liked
What
your.
are the
You're talking about
things?
bracers.
Bracers.
We did this
Bracers.
last week.
They sound the
So
same.
bracers of archery would be 1,500 gold back at Aurora's Realms.
That's
if you
not
wish.
bad.
Yeah, so we'll grab one of them, and we're gonna look for a bow of some sorts in the future.
I really liked
That's what
your.
Vincent wants.
I really liked your homebrew idea for the bow. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it might happen. So I'll get the bracers. That's really I'll get the bracers for now. That's what I want.
Yeah, bracers of archery are 1,500.
Boom. Take it out
How
of my kill.
What would
What do
be
they do
cool?
again?
I assume I think it just gives me +1, if I
Oh,
remember correctly.
that's pretty fucking good.
Well, what I just had an idea just struck me is if you could add some sort of like different type of damage to your
Well,
arrows, or is
yes,
that something that's already
my
baked into your kit?
so my next net level, I'm taking poisoner feet, and I'll be able to poison
Oh,
arrows going forward.
Oh, that's
cool.
pretty.
But
I
for
like
now,
that.
I'm just gonna try to beef up my to hit. Like same way as Axel was saying, I have the -5,
Oh, a
so I need to keep.
+2. That's cool.
But it's only damage.
Still.
Oh, it's not to hit.
It's not to hit. It's just the damage.
I'll still.
If you would,
I'll still
you
take.
could get them enchanted so that they're +1 on top of it.
Let's do that.
So that'll be another 1,500. So that'll be 3,000 gold total.
Yeah, done. We'll do that.
Okay.
How much did
I mean-
we spend on spell scrolls? So I'm just trying to figure out.
Just give a nice
Our
whole
money.
number plus a tip.
Not that much, surprisingly.
I think it was nearly 2,000 gold.
2,000.
I think, well, to be clear, 2,000 gold just from what Sir Venom wants.
Okay.
It won't be much more on top
Minus
from what the scrolls
2,000.
that I want.
All right.
And, Vincent, what about gloves of archery? Because that's +2 to attack and +2 to damage.
What would that be instead then? Probably just more
Let's see.
money.
Probably, yeah.
I think the gloves are what your first guy had.
Maybe
I
that's what I
don't
was thinking.
see
But I
those.
thought that they were just like the arm things, but I don't know. I just thought it was improved to hit.
2,600.
I don't see gloves of archery.
I search
Ooh.
archery, it's not coming up either.
Are
I
you
search
making this
I
up?
search gloves.
Well, gloves of
Knucklehead.
archery, wondrous item, rare, requires attunement.
50.
Thin
Oh,
gloves, finely made from thin
Minus
and flexible leather.
Maybe,
Oh,
maybe it's a
4,000.
what's it
Homebrew
called?
of
Yeah.
somebody.
Minus
Yeah, there is a
Gloves of
typo in it,
thievery.
though.
There's a typo. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it. It's probably a homebrew thing.
3,000.
All right, then we'll just do what's real. So I'll do the. I'm gonna get the bracers, and then we'll enchant them to do to +1.
Okay, so yeah, that's 3,000 gold for that.
Gloves of missile snaring sound pretty cool. It's basically like the what's it call it?
Oh, I'm Ken.
Yeah, I think Ken had.
And well, I was just gonna say, like, outside of the shop, like, continue shopping with everybody else, obviously. But maybe at the end, is there was there any in my book of the lycanthropy like groups? Was there like assembling spot here?
Oh, that's a
That
very
group?
interesting. That's a very interesting question. Go ahead and just give me an investigation
Yeah,
check. I
keep
just want to make
going.
sure you get over a 5, basically.
Some
Ooh,
kind of
Because I'm giving
shapeshifter.
because you're taking an extended rest period in Neverwinter, so you'd have time to read through and peruse the book.
how about a 5?
It takes you quite a number of days to find it, but you do find references to a haven that lycanthropes all up and down the Sword Coast escape to when,
Okay.
in particular, they feel that they don't fit in Farunian society in a normal way. And you find that they actually go, of all places, to the Moonshay Isles.
Ah.
There is a place called Moray, at an island called Moray, that they have typically fled to. And there's a number of different were communities in that place.
Sir Venom comes
Alright.
up behind Vincent when he's reading the book, and he just goes, "Oh, hey, I know that place. I can get there, no problem."
Yeah, we should stop there on our way at some point.
But before we do that,
Yeah,
Riku was wondering about magic items while we were still perusing for them. When it comes to the subject of items that can help with the ability to fly, how rare are these, and what kind of price are we talking?
So like boots of flying or something, right?
Like that, or a carpet, or a broom.
Ooh, a broom?
A broom.
There's a
I'm
bunch of
not.
different items that help you
I'm not
fly.
down with carpets, but a broom.
Carpet would be
sounds
cool
a little
because
more-
it could be multiple people.
Yeah.
That's what's
Okay.
intriguing with a carpet.
And the carpet
Boots
and the
of-
broom don't take attunement.
Boots of levitation costs 4,000 gold. A carpet of flying costs 12,000 gold.
Woo!
Oh,
My God, that's like a ship.
A broom of flying costs 8,000 gold.
Hold up, hold up,
So
hold
those
up.
Boots of levitation.
Hold
What
on, hold
about,
on, hold on, hold on.
what about
Here's a
winged-
thought, though.
Winged boots.
A carpet of flying. If we got one of those at that point, do we even need a fucking like a boat? If we
we'd
have
be
a carpet,
pirates of a carpet.
Yeah, dude, we
yeah,
can't
we
do.
could
Yeah,
just
we-
fly.
Hey, dude,
Like,
I already bought an eye patch and a pirate hat. Like, pirate ship is happening. Like,
We
we've
already,
come to.
we wrote it on the paper.
But I'm saying, what if we're pirates of the air?
I hear ya.
I don't know.
See, now you're thinking about it, like, oh damn, that is pretty cool.
Carpets of flying only come in. I will give you a few tips about this. They only come
Yeah.
in 4 sizes. The lot of you in all of your armor and everything, you're gonna need the biggest one, I would say, which is the 6x9. You would not be able to transport Rudolph Van Richten and Casimir and Irina on
It's
it,
not
for instance.
feasible.
But it would be
It's not
enough for
really
us, right?
feasible.
Our party.
It would just barely be enough for you. And to get the largest, it actually might be more than the 12,000 gold at a glance.
I see. Well, it would be pretty ballin' though if we just roll up in a fucking flying carpet everywhere.
Like, I like
Would
it
it
as
not?
like the flying carpet could be our rowboat. Like, we take the flying carpet from the ship to the shore.
But at that point, why would we spend so much money on it? Like, if we're spending that much, this is our main transport. It's either that or we get an actual ship.
I mean, the largest flying carpet is just 6x9. Like, it's like a dining room rug. You know what I mean? Like, it's not massive.
But it's enough for us to all sit on.
Right now, we're sitting at 45,841 gold.
Ooh, we're running out.
We're barely chipping away.
We've spent
Yeah.
we spent 14,000 so far.
That's nothing.
That is
We-
a quarter of your wealth.
Yeah, that's nothing.
I think once we finish up with the magic stuff, we should go. I think Riku wanted to have family time.
Okay, so the cheapest of the flying options was the boots for 4K, right? Is the answer?
Boots of levitation, I believe, were 4K. Yeah.
Okay.
What about the winged boots?
Are those technically?
Yeah, winged boots.
Those
they
are
look-
8,000.
Because the boots of levitation don't let you fly; they just let you like levitate.
Yeah, so those are the ones I need then, the 8,000 ones.
Yeah.
That would be like all my money.
But we'd be able to go on flying adventures together.
Flying.
We'll think about it while we do other stuff.
He can fly. He can go invisible. He can teleport. He can. It's like.
Well, just having the boots would make it so I wouldn't need the spell, is all.
And we can all go invisible. Because he's already.
Yeah.
I think he cast invisibility on Uriel before he cast on himself, I think.
Me?
Right?
I think that's right.
Yeah, no,
actually.
I gave it to someone else, before myself recently, I think. I want to spice things up. And I gave it to Vincent one time and he snuck around. He was doing some sneak stuff invisible.
There is
I give
one
it-
other service here at the Wizards Supply Co. that you've not yet looked at that I think is probably good to
Go
bring
on.
up. And it would be upgrades to a ship if you are still interested in buying a ship.
Very.
There are a number of different types of upgrades, and I can provide you with one of each in this instance. A reinforced hull, and that would be a magically reinforced hull to make it more resilient so that it would have double the hit points.
Ooh.
A movement upgrade in this instance would be ever full sails. The billowing sails are woven from cloud stuff drawn from the elemental plane of air, causing wind to whip and whistle around them, moving the feet at a speed of 60 feet regardless of direction relative to the wind. There's a weapon upgrade, and in this one it would be arcane artillery. And they just automatically imbue whatever weapon you have on your bow with a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls, and it counts as magical attacks.
Ooh.
And then there's a figurehead, and this would be a red dragon figurehead in particular. And so it looks like a red dragon, and there's like a drawing image of it. They've never actually made one. But as an action, the ship can activate the item and create a 60-foot cone of flame from it that would
Ooh.
burn whatever's in front of it.
It's like a fire breath attack from the ship.
Yes. And so they have these 3 individual upgrades to offer for those of a discerning nature who are interested in upgrading their ship.
Well, what did the upgrades go for? Well, roughly a piece.
That is a very good question. I'm actually just adding them to the chat so that you can see each of them in particular.
So first we need to acquire a ship to
Yeah.
upgrade.
The
And
ship
then-
we're eyeing it is roughly 10K that we're thinking, and we're curious how much a crew would be to man a ship like.
And then we need
we're
to
thinking.
figure out what ship combat actually is, and then
I think it
figure
sounds
out-
pretty cool, is what it sounds like to me.
I'm just
Right.
saying before we spend like thousands of bucks on stuff
Well-
for ship combat, we don't even know what ship combat is.
I think it's the next step where this campaign is going.
So the,
Whether
the
you
one-
like it or not, get on
No,
board.
when I say I don't know what it is, I mean we don't know how it works in game. Like
Yeah, that's
we don't
understandable.
know,
don't
we
need
don't
to.
know what it means.
We'll go over
We're
it.
just
I'm
like, yeah,
sure.
ship combat, like in Sea of Thieves, right? Where we just roll up
Yeah.
and start cannoning people, and
Think of
That'd be
it.
great.
Now
Think of
know
it.
that our
Throwing
boat
firebombs.
can have a
Think of
fire
it like
attack.
this. It's gonna be like mounted combat, like when we were on horses, but on a larger scale, probably.
how, I don't know if we've done mounted combat.
We've done it a little bit here and there, probably.
So there's a whole system for ship combat. We can go over it at some point and maybe even test it out if you would like. But basically, there's initiative, there's aiming, movement, crashing, but it's pretty similar to typical combat. And depending on who is what position on a ship, and we can go over that as well because there's crew and roles on a ship. You might have extra like if Vincent is the gunner, let's say, because he's already good with bows, he's probably going to be, and he has the bracers of archery and stuff. He would probably add a bunch of things to taking aim, for instance. So, just a thought. The additional upgrades that I listed out there are 15,000 gold apiece and require 1d4 weeks of work.
Those are really good upgrades, all of them,
Especially
and
the movement.
all worth it. And we have an excessive amount of gold. Like I think we just need to spend the gold just to get rid of it to make room for more shit that we're gonna have eventually. And like, why not just like get some really good shit? Like, if get the best of the best. Like, if we can afford it, you know.
Why
Yeah.
don't you do your family mission and then we can maybe do something? Like
You mean right
Yeah.
now?
yeah, I mean once we were done doing that, then you'd go and you said you wanted to do
Once we
something.
commission the boat, you're saying?
No, like you were talking about wanting to go and like meet with your family or something. Like
Yeah, I was gonna.
were you gonna
Once we were done doing shopping and
yeah.
making putting in orders, I wanted to go look for my family.
But didn't you already find out that they already left?
I was gonna go try to sniff out where they may have gone to.
Ah.
Is that what you'd like to do then?
I mean, if we're done shopping, is anybody else got any commission stuff they want
I
to do
mean,
before?
The
we move
only
on to
thing, if this is even a thing, can I just like plop my boots on the wizard's table and be like, "Hey, can you make them like elven boots? Elven kind
Elven
boots?
boots?
Elven kind boots of elven kind."
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Take these to your nearest elf.
yeah. What is that? What does that go for?
Because you already have the boots, they'll knock off the 5 gold for that, so it'll be 2,495.
2,400.
Do I need to give him my bracers?
Yes, you would need to give them your bracers to get them enchanted to a +1.
To be fair, the only thing I've committed to so far has been my armor.
Yep. I'm just committing to my bracers, and I'm gonna upgrade them.
So what's everybody else's tally for what they've spent so far each, just so we know? Because I just want to make sure
450.
Let me
you've spent 6K.
Yeah, it was 3K for the cloak of the mana ray,
plus
850 for the armor.
We had roughly 60 to spend total, so like 15 each, right?
Sounds
Yeah,
right.
that sounds about right.
Sure.
Okay. That's a drop in the bucket.
Yeah, that's why I was.
Yeah, well,
But-
I
but
want to
just
buy a
like-
house
Go nuts
and a
on the
boat.
scrolls.
I was gonna say we should try to save enough for a house and perhaps a boat.
I feel like house should be like secondary, especially since we're like leaving like right away.
The boat will be the house for now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Are you
Who
okay
on
with that?
you?
Are you okay with that, Vincent?
Just want a little place to call home.
You
Yeah,
want to
it'll
rent
be a
an
boat.
apartment?
look.
How much is it to rent an
Oh.
apartment?
No, I'm
Have
not
you
a rental,
guys
Abe.
ever played The Sims before? It is so much fun. You get a house, you get a job, you get a wife,
Yeah.
and then you have kids, and then like you
You
grow
toss the
old.
wife in the pool, and then you pull the ladder out.
It's
And
like,
then you get a new wife because she has a lot of money and it gives you like another house.
Buff.
Yeah.
You get a buff for a rich wife, right?
yeah, you get
Yep.
divorced, and then you give yourself all the money, and she gets nothing.
Yep, that's exactly how that works.
I can't wait till the next Sims comes out because I'll actually play it because this sounds fun.
yeah. But anyway, I think So we still got
boat.
over 40 grand. So we can still get the boat. And
Riku wants another item.
okay, hey, I'm
Man,
just
Riku.
I'm just trying to keep track of all this money stuff that we're doing. Because I don't
He's
know.
just trying to.
Appreciate
He can't decide if it's the ring or the boots because
Oh,
because the boots are excessive as fuck. 8 grand. That's a lot just to fly. That seems expensive. To
why?
Fly.
I have a question.
What?
Why do you need to fly? Like, this isn't me being critical. This is me actually asking why is flying? Why do you have such a boner for flying?
Just in
It
case.
just be nice.
Okay.
That's all.
Hey, I respect it.
Mobility. Why?
Who
why
wouldn't
else?
want to fly?
Mobility.
I mean, it's just because
Now,
I've committed to melee. It's
the
like
real
how do
question
you improve melee? Okay, you make it more mobile. Well, how do you get more mobile? You fly.
yeah, maybe the real question is why don't you want to fly?
Right?
That's kind
the
of
real
I'm
true. He's actually not
incredibly
wrong.
There's
I'm
actually a
in-
fair answer to that.
I'm
though.
incredibly athletic. And if I'm in a situation where I really need to
I mean, he already can fly with your jump.
if I need to get from point A to point B and it's difficult, I'll just be like, "Hey Riku, can you teleport me? Do that thing where you grab me and then
It's
you
true. I
teleport.
can't teleport. Yeah, I
You
can't.
teleport me to that spot
yeah.
I can't get to."
That's almost as good as
And-
flying.
And to double down on this, Axel's just like his normal movement is 50 feet. Plus, because he has the rogue stuff, he can use a bonus action to make that 100 feet.
Yeah.
So his mobility is just already like triple what a normal person's would be.
And if
Yeah.
you took the action to dash, 150, right?
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Insane.
So, but figure it out. Figure out what you want, Riku, and then
And now you know why
let us
I
know.
want to fly. You don't need to.
Faster than a horse. His name is Axel.
Yeah. What
It's
items
it's like in
up
Dragon Ball Z when they
to-
teleport, so just like an after image. That's Axel.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, you've never seen it.
I've never
I get
seen
it. You
it.
don't get the reference. I know. I understand.
Yep.
Ooh, how much would the boots of the Winterlands? How much are those?
Boots of the Winterlands. Let's check.
Okay. Well, good point. Maybe let me see what boots of speed are. How much do those cost?
Boots of the Winterlands are 10,000 gold.
Holy fuck.
Boots of Speed are 4,000 gold.
That's better than 8,000.
If I was gonna like, if I got an item that like upped my walking speed, would that also affect like my flying speed too?
I think it depends on the item.
Like boots of speed, for example. Like if I got that and it made my walking speed 60 feet.
It's because it says walking speed. I don't think it touches your flying speed.
Okay.
These might be more useful than the flying, and they're half the price. Especially with
Zippy
the whole
boots.
the disadvantage to opportunity attacks. That's pretty big. We're gonna think about these more.
What about a ring of spell storing? Would the wizards have one of those?
Ring of Spell Store. A ring of spell storing. You could get that from. It's funny because when you mentioned this at Aurora's Realms, some of their faces sort of go, oh, quite a rare item. I don't even believe that we have one at any of the branches of Aurora's at this time. Either we would need it to be made or found. At a minimum, I'm going to say 25,000 gold.
Oh, that is too rich for my blood. Well, maybe I'll find one on our pirate adventures.
I heard you can find them on islands.
What about a dancing rapier? How much would that cost?
Dancing rapier. Let's see. So it's just a dancing sword normally, but 2,000 gold.
That's
What?
it?
Is this attunement? Let me double check this. Pretty cheap. It's not
That's
attunement.
super cheap.
Does take a bonus action.
But if I ran out of my my bard stuff, then this would be perfect to do that as a bonus action. Yeah, it requires attunement. So it'd either be this or the boots probably is what I'm gonna think of. I think I'm gonna commission the boots as well if they're not available.
Okay. Commissioning the boots will be. Did I say 2,000 for that? I think. Boots of Speed. Sorry, Boots of Speed or something else.
Yeah, the boots of speed.
Those are 4,000.
Okay. So that's six for me total, I think. With the glamored studded leather and the boots of speed.
And then it was nearly 6,000 from Sir Venom. It was.
6450 from me.
Okay, so that's 12,450. It was how much from you, Vincent, for the
3,000
bracers?
total.
3,000. So that's 15,450. And
On a
then how
cheap date.
much? And then how much was it for this spell scrolls?
That
think-
was part of my 6450.
Gotcha. Does that include like the ones that you bought collectively, or does just the ones that you bought?
Just the ones that I got.
Did you guys buy like some fly and stuff as well?
Yeah, I want to. So we'll add that to the list. Let me go back.
And a question about spell scrolls. How do they work like in battle? Like say I got the Prayer of Healing spell scroll.
Like that's normally takes 10 minutes to cast. If it's on a scroll, does that mean I can just like cast it as like an action?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Let me check something.
So I wanted to do 3 of the level 2s and then 2 flies probably.
3 of the
Because
level
we
2s.
we were only allowed 2 of the same 3rd level, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And those, if it's on that list, it's worth 200. If it's not on the list, it's 300 for a level 3. In terms of it, I'm trying to see.
So the level 2s were how much a piece on the list?
200.
Okay. And then level 3s were 300.
Sorry, it was 120 if they're on the list for level 2, 200 on the list for level 3. If they're not on the list, it's 200, 300.
Okay. So 4 and then 260. 660.
Okay.
6,660 is total Riku would be spending.
And you said you did 3,000 for the glamorous armor.
I thought it was 2.
I believe
2,000.
it was 2. I can double
2.
check that.
All right. Sorry.
And
That was
then
2,000.
Okay.
yeah, and then 4 for the boots of speed.
Yeah. Okay. So.
And then I'm gonna mark down all the other scrolls right now. I'm gonna
45.
put them on my thing.
51 minus 1,000.
I
495. So I have us at 37,356. And that's without the spells, whatever.
That I'm about to do.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing things that say casting a spell through a scroll takes as long as it normally does for the spell.
Okay.
So if it normally takes 10 minutes, it takes you 10 minutes to cast it with the scroll.
There's no real point in getting it.
Okay.
I'm getting some just that will be useful for situational purposes here. That's my idea. You can't like copy. Oh, here we go. You can. I guess I'll have to break them up anyway, so just
So how much money is left over at this point, Axel?
37,356.
You guys have almost spent half your gold.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You did get a lot of stuff out of it.
As long as we have enough for a sailing ship and for Vincent to get rent a nice little apartment or something. Something by the water.
And commission a cool bow.
All right. What next?
I guess we
Is
got
it
all this
time for
stuff.
boat?
Yeah, head down to the docks.
Oh yeah, get a boat. Like okay, yeah. Let's see if we have
Or
to
actually,
like.
just out of curiosity, how much were those the feather tokens?
The feather tokens.
Like the fan and the swan boat sounded promising.
Quail's
Well,
feather token, and you said swan.
Yeah.
we also
fan
got to
and
talk about
swan
cruise
boat.
and stuff too. You know.
The swan was 3,000, and the fan was 250.
Oh, the fan. I'm just wondering if that is like a one use.
I don't know. I've actually never fucked around with those. Give me a moment.
Let's see, feather token fan. Fan. Oh no, yeah. How much did you say it was? 250.
250 for the fan, yeah.
Yeah, buying it.
The token disappears.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I don't want to buy it then.
I mean, it's pretty good. It increases your ship speed by quite a bit. Like it would double like most typical ship speeds.
How many of them do they have?
They only have one on hand.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll buy it.
Okay.
Maybe we're like in a chase scene and we have to get away quickly on our boat.
So, I mean, this will solve that problem for you.
So it looks like the swan boat also is single use.
Gotcha. Yeah, these all look single use by the looks of it. Okay, cool. Down to the docks.
Down to the
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
do it.
As you
How
make your
how much was the anchor? Like, before we leave.
oh, the anchor, is that one of the other? Oh,
Yeah,
anchor. Yeah.
anchor, fan, and swan boat.
Sorry. The anchor is 50.
50? Yeah, but definitely getting it.
Okay. Done and done. As you make your way down to the docks, you cross some of the bridges towards Castle Never, and you make your way along the walls outside, technically, along the waterfront. You ask for, or in particular, are you going to ask for someone? What are you going to do? Who are you looking for?
Is there like
I
a dock master, or is there like a building there where like that looks like a headquarters of the docks?
I feel like Riku might know like where to go.
Riku, where do we go around here to find whoever's in charge? Who do we buy a boat from? Who do we buy a pirate ship from? Excuse me.
Ah, yes, that is, of course, this person towards this direction. Riku recalls memories.
Yeah, I mean, the best I think you would be able to do, Riku, would be a harbor master of some sort.
Yes, to
And
the
that they
harbor
would be
master
able
we go.
Before Riku started talking to him and negotiating, I put my hand on his shoulder and be like, "Blessing of the Raven Queen be with you."
Gotcha. As you arrive, and it's technically actually on the southern side of the city, sort of off of the Protector's Enclave, over by where you teleported to, actually, which would be what used to be a tavern. Um, the the dry docks are all empty, and actually, you can just see on that map itself there is only one ship at the end in the dry dock area here. There are several ships here and across the way, unloading cargo and goods. But in general, you make your way to the harbor master's. Actually, funny enough, it's the taller building here, because from that vantage point they can see all the docks. And so, as you make your way to the harbor master's office, there's nobody out front. The door is not just unlocked, but open ever so slightly, like it just like is like swaying in the simple ocean breeze. And as you enter the inside, you can see one individual, um, human, gruff, male, 50s probably, by the white shock of hair, and the scruff on the chin. Sort of like standing, leaning on a counter over scrolls and parchments, quill in hand, looks up as you enter. Oh, damn door won't shut. Come on in, come on in. Harbor Master Belcher at your service. What can I do?
Good to see you, harbor master. We come seeking a ship and crew. If perhaps you know of one for hire, or or perhaps maybe you could commission one to be built, if possible.
Ship and crew. Oh my. Who the hell are you lot? And he sort of looks you up and down and goes, oh, wait a second. You're some sort of adventurers, aren't you?
That's right.
Arr, that be right, matey.
He
We
looks
have no
over at you in
affiliation
particular.
with anything going on here in this town.
He looks at you in particular, Sir Venom, as you say that, and he's like, I didn't realize it was Spoopy Eve. No need for the get up. No affiliation in this town, you say?
That's right.
Uh,
We're just passerbys.
Look, building of a ship typically takes several months. I don't believe that there's going to be timber for one until probably sometime early spring of next year, so 6 months away. Uh, you could attempt to buy a ship from one of the captains, but between you and I, my understanding is that their owners would have them skinned and flayed alive. I mean, many of them are owned by Baldurians, no, not good Navarians. Um, so I doubt you'll be able to buy one. A crew, you can always try to rustle up a crew at one of the taverns. There's hardworking folk, and you know, Some of them will want to move along. I do have one ship, and he
Oh?
actually follow me, and he leads you down the dock to what is the dry dock. But it's as he's walking, he goes, we this is where we keep ships impounded when folk have not paid their taxes. Lord Neverember's doing. You don't pay your taxes, you don't contribute to the common good of the city, well, then you're not allowed to leave. Some ship captains don't like it, more rebellious type per se. This one was owned by an individual by the name of Elman Vane. Did not pay his taxes, and he's just sort of standing like here on this dock, like pointing at this ship
Interesting.
to you.
What type of ship does it appear to be?
Yeah, it is a it's just a sailing ship, but I will give you a visual of it. It's a two-masted sailing ship. Wow, is there not? I thought I had a good one here. Sorry. Yeah, it's just a two-masted sailing ship. It is in the realm of 100 feet long. You suspect you would need a crew of at least 20 to manage it, and I don't know. It's kind of beat up looking. He says, if you'd like, you know, you could pay the back taxes on it, and then because then it wouldn't be impounded, then you could have to talk to Elman Vane and see if you could get the writ of ownership on it. I have no idea what that might cost you, but back taxes are currently 15,000 gold.
Sounds like we should probably talk to him before we
Wait,
draw.
wait,
back
wait,
the
wait, wait,
line.
wait, 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 wait. Because this asshole owes money, the ships cost more than it's worth?
Hold on, how much do you think a ship like this is worth?
10 grand.
Maybe if built some from scratch in a time of need, probably about right. More like 12, I would say, but I don't think you're that far off. Look, that's what's owed by back taxes. Lord Neverember has not instructed that we put it to use otherwise, and frankly, it's just taking on a little bit of water and getting a little bit of rot at this point.
So it needs a little love before it even sets sail.
If I had to guess, another 2 or 3,000 gold, yes. So 18 total at that rate.
Boys, we're looking at like 20K just to leave this bitch
I
with
think-
this boat here,
I
and
think
then we
we-
need a crew.
We need more money.
Debatable. How much would a crew cost to man a boat like this? You reckon?
Oh, 2 gold per day if you need at least 20 crew, 40 gold a day, whatever that works out to over a course of time.
So 40 gold a day for a crew of 20.
Indeed.
That's not terrible.
That's the like surest thing that's the thing that he's been most sure of as he says that as well.
And what's a trip to where we're going? Like how long of a journey?
It's like 2.5, 3 months.
Where are you going again?
So 40 times 30.
Yeah, we're making
Or
our way
60.
down to Candlekeep. I would tell him.
Candlekeep. I think that was oh gosh. Yeah, that's about a 2.5 month journey. So, I think you're looking at about 75 days.
So
75
40
times-
times 75 potentially, and then a trip back.
3,000. Oh yeah, that sounds about right. About a 6,000 gold trip.
Well, there you go, boys.
And for the boat.
Damn.
Are we gonna commit to this or what?
Wait, did
We
you tell it?
prevent him
Did you
from
think
all
that
in.
we're getting ripped off on buying this boat?
It's a little bit more expensive than we thought, but I mean it's right. It's not too far out of the ballpark of what we were ballparking,
Okay.
before.
Well, I was gonna say, like, if they were, can we can negotiate more? We can find out who owns it and just buy it from them for a more reasonable price. Is my
I
only.
don't
oh,
think
no.
so.
No. You don't understand. The taxes must be paid
Yeah.
regardless of who the owner ends up being. Taxes
It's
must be
repoed
paid on it.
basically. That's the idea.
And then
We'd
I
be-
would nudge you and say, yeah, but we know some people around here, right, buddy?
Not anymore. We don't. They're gone. That's part of this trip is I'm gonna try to sniff out where they might be.
What? Yeah, I think let's get back to this. We should have a group huddle and then maybe get back to this guy because this is a
This is a
lot
big
of
decision.
yeah, and I think I have an idea, but I don't want this guy to hear it. So
Uh-oh.
That's fair.
yeah,
Let's tell this gentleman we appreciate him showing us, and we're gonna think about it and probably get back to him on the morrow, or maybe
yeah.
whatever it's called, the fortnight. I don't know. Soon. We'll get back to him soon.
As you wish, indeed. And he's sort of just like, yeah, sounds good. Like, and you seem that like he looks a little hopeful, if anything. You suspect that not very many people are looking to invest in this ship. But yeah, whatever you guys want to do.
Um,
Cool.
Yeah, I say
so
we go
We're
find the
taking
owner.
on someone else's problem.
Well,
I
that's
say
a
we
boat.
go to the owner and we'll be like, we'll take that boat off your hands if you give us like the writ of ownership or whatever. Because that 12K gold in back taxes, that's just debt hanging over that dude's head
So
right
we
now.
can maybe we can bribe him with one of our
You want
objects.
to talk to the other guy
that's
first?
so
Oh,
let's so we'll have this conversation in our hotel room or whatever. And so did Vincent ever tell us what his what he did before we met him?
Yeah, like at the one of the campfires while we were camping out. I would
You
have
told
pretty much.
us you were like a smuggler because that's like your background,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Turned into turtle.
so Vincent, you have experience with boats and this smuggling thing, right?
Yeah,
What
that's what I
if
used to do in my previous
we found someone in town who like needed stuff brought somewhere that they didn't want, to have to pay taxes for or whatever. And then like we used that, we kind of like paid for the crew and some of the boat stuff using that money like
Oh, good idea.
maybe we do a little smuggling job and
Are you trying to get more money on top of our already piles of money?
I'm trying to offset the fact
the
that we're
the
about to
cost of the
spend
boat.
like 20 grand just on the boat and then another 6 grand for however long our trip is gonna. We're talking about like 30 grand. So yes, I am trying to get. I'm trying to think of how, because
Recoup
this
some of
boat,
that money.
we get a boat, right? This boat has to make us money. It can't just be like we have a boat, we're on vacation, let's fucking
This is
party.
no vacation yacht.
This is
is
an
a working man's
this is an
boat.
investment, and either we can
Don't forget all the buried treasure
and
and looting
hose.
we'll be
we
able to
can
do.
transport goods on the up and up, or we
Boats
can
and
get our hands a
houses.
little dirty and you know.
So you want me to find us a job down at the?
I
Well,
mean,
we also had job with the people who were running the magic shop. We could go procure goods for them.
yes, we could.
True.
I mean, that's probably the more practical. I think
Yeah,
the
we
boat
use
thing
the
is
boat to do
cool,
it,
but
is what
we
I'm
need.
saying, you know?
They said they would teleport us.
Oh.
I'm not gonna take a boat when someone's
I
gonna
like
teleport us.
Lynch's idea. I say like we transport cargo like from here, then down to Waterdeep.
So
and
you're
pick up
saying
more
we
cargo
roll
there,
we
and then
gotta
go down to Baldur's Gate from there, and then we can get more cargo at Baldur's Gate to Candlekeep. That's like 3 separate trips of carrying cargo.
what I'm hearing is Lich kind of wants to settle down and do some jobs around here, roll up a bit more of a bankroll before we commit to buying a boat and a crew.
I think option A is do some procurement jobs, get money, then do the boat stuff. Option B is just go right for the boat stuff. I'm cool with either way, but those are our
All right,
2 options.
Well, so here's my response to that.
Okay.
If we're not gonna buy the boat, then we need a place to keep our shit, right? Then we need to do Vincent's idea and maybe buy a place or something. Maybe that's cheaper than buying a boat for now. We haven't even looked
All
into that
right.
option.
Yeah.
What does property go for around here, Riku? You're from here. How much for
Riku shrugs. How the fuck am I
This
supposed to know? I
city
never had to
is
pay rent.
this city is very fancy from what I've just been walking around town. These real estate market seems like it's kind of jacked up.
Riku's a rich kid. He's never had to pay rent. He doesn't know what it costs.
Would you like to investigate this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. after a little bit of time, you are able to find a. I actually think I have something on this. I planned for this.
Yeah.
You are able to. Here it is. You are able to find Ructatius the Realtor. And as you enter, it's a smarmy elven man dressed in overly prim clothing. Um, and as you present your case, it was on the Black Lake that you would like, or Blue Lake Manor, or Blue Lake District now, that you would like to find something. Is that correct, Vincent?
I mean, whatever. Whatever
Okay.
the group agrees to.
There are 3 places for sale. One would be Noble Manor, a fully kitted out, large establishment. That would cost 14,000 gold. A smaller, less ostentatious home called Grand Hunter's House would be going for the price of 10,000 gold. And then there is also one plot of land left without a home on it. You could put
Oh,
something on that. That is
custom.
only for 2,500 gold. But then whatever you decide to put into it to build would also have associated costs. If you would like, I can also show you each of the look. Well, I can't show you the empty lot. It's just an empty lot. But
Yeah, the 10 and 14. Let's see those.
yeah, give me a moment. Let's switch over to
See.
That's
which
cheaper
would
than a boat and crew, isn't it? Right?
No, it's just funny. Like it's like you're talking to a real estate agent. Yeah, why don't you show me that?
Show what you
Send me a
got.
link.
Show what you got.
would you like to see the Grand Hunter's place, which is 10,000, or
Oh,
would you like to see the Noble's estate
yeah.
first?
The
Let's go
Grand
10.
Hunter.
Yeah, the 10,000.
The
Estate.
Grand Hunters. Let's see the ground floor first. And again, as he sort of like opens the door and shows you into this place, I don't know if it's your
Ooh.
style or not, but it is quite well appointed. The entryway actually opens into like what is simply just like a small little entryway, right? But then once you put your shoes in the closet, which is a necessity upon entering this home, it is decorated in quite some strange finery. You understand why it's a grand hunter's place as you walk through and see all of the animals that this individual has quote unquote conquered during their time. There is an enormous mosaic of what appears to be some sort of chimpanzee humanoid. Let me actually see if I can pull one of these up in just a moment. But there's a chimpanzee humanoid um, wrestling what appears to be some sort of wingless dragon. Um, and as you explore the home and give a shout when you're ready to go upstairs, and I'll flip over the map for you.
Oh
Yeah.
my, this
We
is
don't
quite
need to
decadent.
see it. We don't
Right,
need
this
to
is
see
a
it.
cheap house.
But is there a basement?
There. I'm sorry to say there is no base. Very few of the Black Lake area
God.
homes have a basement, and it's actually because of their
That's kind
proximity
of a deal breaker.
to the water.
Oh, wrestling clubs.
I mean, that was a different group, but I get where your heart is.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Now, this is
do
pretty
you,
fucking cool, I will say.
Yeah.
This is pretty
Right, there's
cool.
a pool table.
is this
There
like
is.
the is
Now, let's
this
see
the
what the
group
second floor
like
looks like.
man
Bring it
cave?
on. Let's
Yeah.
see what we got.
Sorry, was there a question in there as well? As I flip
I was
over.
just asking
sounded
the
like there
group
was.
if this was our man cave. Like, is this
I
what
mean,
we're
this
getting as
is
our man cave?
pretty decadent. This
So,
is the
and
10K one, right?
yeah, this is the 10K one. And
This
as
is
you
the
can see,
middle
many
one.
of you would have your own bathrooms off of your bedrooms. Quite the nice, spacious place. An artist did live here with, or the hunter was married to an artist. There's an artist studio up top.
Okay, so
And
what are we talking about for security in like a vault? Is there any sort of thing going on there?
he sort of looks at you blankly. Security? Vault?
Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, we could have
we have
one
a large sum of
installed.
wealth. We need to. We have
I
a large sum of wealth. We need to keep safe.
maybe we could
He's-
add a nice tower over in the corner.
Ah, the tower, of course.
Yeah.
Is that doable? Like what kind of
Oh, there's no
we-
zoning. You could
yeah? That's
upgrade
what I
it
was
as you
asking. What are the
wish.
zoning laws for this town?
I mean, any new structure requires payment of 20% additional tax to Lord Neverember and the common good of the city. But I mean, besides ensuring healthcare across every person within the city, that typical road maintenance.
And For what we can see, there's probably a door here, right?
Sorry. Yes, there. Yeah, there would be back on the first floor. I'm pretty
So
sure.
we'd probably put the tower like in the corner or some shit, like next to this door.
Nice.
Ooh, I mean, if so, here was Riku's other idea: is if we found a place big enough where we could keep the tower inside of it, so no one even have to see it.
That would be big.
Ballers, fuck,
I mean,
right? Or if
we can
like, built
always buy this place, and then when we
or
get
if we
even
bought
more
the plot of
money,
land, and if we
yeah.
bought the plot of land and dug a hole big enough where we could just put the tower in the like a fucking hole in the ground, you know?
This was supposed to be Vincent's place. I don't know what this is turning into.
Okay, sure.
I'm joking.
Vincent, what do you want to do?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Comes with an art studio.
I think this is a cool spot for the whole group.
I mean, for
to
10K,
go
it's
out
pretty
of.
cool. But what does the 14 look like? I'm just curious now.
Jeez.
Oh yeah. And he goes, "Oh, indeed, you'd. I thought with your discerning taste, you might want to see that one as well. In general, I would say that it is even better, much larger, frankly, um,
Larger.
dated in its style and yet gorgeous, beautiful.
Oh my.
Yeah.
And as he lets you into this one in particular, it does have a different style.
Whoa.
There's quite a bit. You could fit the tower within what is
Whoa.
effectively the casino room here, if you wanted.
No fucking way. So what Riku had planned is possible here.
And we could operate a casino. We'd be getting rid of our casino.
And you would have the
There'd be
vault
a giant tower
effectively
in the middle of it.
room.
Yeah.
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 Can we move
For
the
everybody to
casino?
see.
Can
So-
Yeah, we could have it filled with gold.
Oh.
And that would be the main centerpiece. Would be the fucking giant tower in our casino, in our house.
Is gambling allowed in like what are the gambling laws? Like is
It's totally allowed in Neverwinter.
oh, okay, cool. Can we move the gambling parlor somewhere
Hold on.
else?
Question. Now
You
that
can-
we're
you
looking
can
at this
fit
map,
the tower. You can fit the tower in that room, in the middle of it, and keep everything basically as is, except for that stage.
I'm seeing a couple things on this map. I'm going to ask you about. So here
Okay.
and here, are these what I think they are?
The one on the right, that is actually only just a library, and it is some sort of arcane circle on a table.
Okay.
And it actually represents the planes. The one on the left is a teleportation circle.
There
I
we
think
go.
for an extra $4,000, we'd be crazy. This place, it's got the gambling.
This
hold
alone,
on.
this
Hold on.
plus having to be able to keep the tower here.
All right,
I think that's
let's
a
hear what Vincent.
humongous selling point. Yeah,
Let's hear Vincent.
I'll agree to this one. You get if you guys buy Vincent the $2,000 plot of land.
Why?
What do you mean? Why? What do you mean?
How about
why?
at
Just say
some
yes.
point?
To
How
put a
about
shack there? Do you want a shack? What are you going to do with it?
how about we buy you that land at some point? Like, see how long can you guys hold on to a property for? Like, hold.
deal.
Like
I
I'm saying.
Maybe if we buy this one, they'll give us the other one for 1,000, right?
I think
And he looks at the
if we
real
do this, we're committing to using teleportation circles and not getting a ship in crew, unless we get filthy rich, because it's going to cost the same amount of this house to do that, plus more.
Look.
So sorry, Vincent, were you trying to make a persuasion check on?
I'm trying to convince them to buy me the
Rectatious?
plot of land too. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a persuasion check on Rectatious.
You got this.
No, I'm
To
still
throw
at
it
a
in on
negative.
top is what you're saying, like part of the deal.
He said for
Right.
1,000 gold, the plot of land as well.
If we buy the big house, like.
Well,
the
yeah, tell
casino.
them we're basically sold on this, and this would just be a cherry on top to sweeten the deal. You know?
Well, that's what I'm trying to, but I have a -1 and I rolled a 3.
Why are you doing the talking?
He sort of looks at
being
you
a jerk.
blankly. He
Riku's
looks
like,
at you
sorry.
blankly.
Riku steps in front of Vince and is like, sorry, let me pick up where he left off and begin sweet talking the man on the deal.
At disadvantage, please, because of Vincent's role. Oh my god.
Vincent.
Oh,
Vincent.
me.
You see what you took
I mean,
away?
it's still a 20. What he will say is the best way to structure this is he will do it all, the plot of land
A
and his home
bundle. Yeah.
for 15,500 gold, and that if you do it, if you structure it in the way that he's suggesting, it will be better on the taxes of the sales themselves, as well as the better on the taxes of the land that you will owe on a yearly basis
I
to
think
Lord
the
Neverember.
Bundaroo is worth it because Vincent gets to be happy. We all get to be happy. And
Yeah.
this is the first floor. Is there not a second floor to
Oh,
this?
oh no, there's a second floor to this. Would you like to see that too?
Oh my god. Yeah, let's see the second floor. Let's keep going.
What kind of
I mean,
payment plan are we
Keep
looking
it in
at,
your
or do we
pants over
have
there,
to
we're
pay all in
buying
one
the
lump
shit
sum?
cash, son. Buy the shit cash.
I mean, you could come up with a payment plan if you so wished. They structure out things like that with bankers. In particular, there is a bit of a ballroom, but as well as a bit of a secondary section of dining space on the second floor for events, along with more card tables, craps tables, in the gaming zone in particular. That being said, there are also what are very clearly like multiple different types of workshops up top.
Space for our hired help.
Yeah. Our dealers.
That and part of the thing from our Waterdeep campaign was like I wanted to open like an adventuring like club, like basically like a place to send adventurers out as like a hub. It feels like we can kind of do that
portal?
here. Yeah, we have a portal, like our built-in portal. I love that.
Yeah, that's huge.
But
That's such a
Vincent's
selling point.
saying like the yawning portal, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I
sort
meant,
of. Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yawning portal.
Exactly. Similar to that.
So what I would say as well, this is far more of an establishment than it is like a simple home. It can be your
Yeah.
home, it will be your base. I have sets of rules for establishments. In this instance, I suspect it would be close to some sort of casino tavern. Does that sound correct?
Yeah,
Yep.
similar to what we
Yeah.
did before. So it sounds like.
Okay. If you would like us to like get into those rules, I can like print it, send everybody a copy of it so we're all on the same page for it. It would be pretty passive. It would be in the background. It might give you guys a bonus here or there. It would be incorporated into the story if that's what you
Yeah,
guys want to do.
we're definitely gonna move all our books here.
Sounds like it's happening.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we want to settle down here. And
This is the first floor.
He's so excited.
yeah, this is perfect for what we need. I think
Rico's
this
over
is.
there losing his mind.
I
Well,
soon.
I'm realizing, like, after seeing this place, this is why we came here. This is it.
Um, would you like to see the boat as well?
Oh, show us the boat.
What do you mean the boat that goes with this house?
No. The boat that we
So
didn't.
we're turning down
I think.
Oh,
the
I,
boat
Hmm.
combat, the ship combat.
what do you
that
guys
you're
think?
turning
I'll
down.
leave that to you guys.
And
I,
we're
I,
turning down the
want to
pirate
see
ship.
it.
sure, we'll see it, but I'm pretty sure we're going with the land.
Also,
Okay.
Venom's gonna get a pirate ship eventually.
Yeah.
Says this, he, like,
Oh, we
hangs
just
his head and
need.
takes off his pirate hat and his eye
We're
patch,
gonna get passive
turns his
income.
parrot familiar back into a raven.
Yeah, once we get this gambling
Yeah.
ring up and going, like
It's gonna
this
be
is
good.
totally us. Like, yeah, a gambling ring. I love it. Yeah,
We just gotta think of a name.
that'll all come in time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm already
This
thinking.
is
Oh, this would have been it, huh?
this is the
Raven
Unrivaled.
Pretty
Oh,
cool.
this is pretty cool.
A galleon.
Oh, the galleon. I want a boat.
So it's a galleon ship, but it is currently named Unrivaled.
I mean, this could be our first goal to buy when we, open up the casino.
Yeah.
Our next venture could be to take to the seas.
Here's the
I would
thing.
say personally too.
And we, with the cash, we could use a down payment on both. Get both. And just owe money.
You just want to be in debt like a motherfucker.
I mean,
So for the galleon, for the Unrivaled, you cannot be in debt. You have to
Yeah.
pay those back taxes before that ship is.
Because it got
Um,
repoed,
oh,
basically,
that's
right?
Yeah.
that's
It's before it's impounded or out of impound, and then you also need to put some money to fix the hull. In terms of the home, you can put down half of the money required for that, and then you would have to pay within a year the rest of the money plus another 25% on top.
If we didn't just pay cash up front.
Correct.
Well, there's your answer, boys. We'd have to pay cash up front. And I think it's maybe worth it just to have a home base and it's already got a teleportation circle. That's like, well, what more could you ask for? And like, what's his name? Axel saying the passive income, like, I don't know. It seems like the house is a money maker, whereas this is a money sucker.
That's a boat for you.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I think it's pretty obvious which one we should do. Which one makes sense? Which one?
We're gonna do both eventually, but I
Yeah.
think house then boat.
The house will equal boat, and then the whole money sucking will be less hurtful if we have a
How about
money
this?
maker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think how about
It'll
the
balance
house?
out.
And
Yeah.
what if we try to go on a boat adventure and we just get on someone else's boat? Like
That
to
too. I
do.
think we can also just
Oh
do that. Like
yeah.
we could just commission someone to like just
To
you know,
sail us down to,
they're the ones who take
Amity.
the financial burden. We just pay them for the ride.
Right.
You know?
Should have been a perks up and puts his hat and eye patch back on.
Yeah.
The dream's not dead. Yar.
No, yeah. It's this
Arr,
is
mateys.
Okay. The house and the parcel of land for 15,500 gold.
15,500.
I think we do it, boys. Like, just divvy it up equally, cut it from our paycheck. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Axel puts
Because
Mark
it's
on
an investment
contract.
that's gonna make us money back and then some. It's well worth it. Like letting a bunch of strangers will never go sour in our house. Like, right?
All
Winky
right.
winks.
We do need to get a job before we spend more money.
A job? What?
Yeah.
We're rich now, aren't we? Riku empties pockets
Minus
empty.
15,500.
It sounds like we can go to Aurora's realms like anytime, and they'll just like, "Yep, here's your quest. Step into the teleportation circle."
Mean.
Just to reference back to something, the statue in the Grand Hunter's home, it was a Hadozi, and it sort of looked like one of these guys. Like they're literally sort of like flying monkey people.
Oh,
Damn.
interesting.
Odd.
Nice.
Seems
And
odd.
the last one that had all the trophies, right?
Exactly.
And only
What,
question I got about was like
alright.
taxes.
Like making a teleportation circle. Like,
It
how
takes
do
a
you...
year to make a
Oh,
permanent
yeah.
one.
I already knew that.
Sorry, was it Axel? Did you
Yeah,
ask a
what's
question?
the taxes? What's the tax like? Do we pay like yearly property tax? Like what is?
Yeah, exactly. And it's only 5% of the value of your properties.
Okay.
That's all included with our initial purchase for now.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it for the first year.
Okay.
Damn, nice.
Cool. Yeah, I
That
think we're
is 750.
this seems well worth it
Is that right?
in Riku's eyes. 'Cause, like,
15,000.
we needed something to dump money into that's gonna make us money
Times
back. This seems like the perfect answer here.
Do you guys know how to do math? Because
A little bit.
I think I did it right, and it's $750
$775 or something. Yeah, that sounds about
750
right.
for 5% of 15,000. So we're looking good.
You just times whatever the number is by 0.05, right?
Yeah, yeah, I
Be
think
your
that's what I
number.
did. It's been a while. Yeah, I think we should like after we've settled all this, like fast forward a week and get our
Get
items.
all our stuff and then make moves.
Yeah, let's figure out what we're gonna do.
Is this like a sauna hot tub?
I think it
That
looks like a
is-
spa. Yeah, it looks
That
like a
is
spa
like
to me.
a warm dipping pool in the center, geothermally actually maintained
Hot spring.
from a well, the river Never is volcanically heated, and
It's
so
like
you're actually
Japan.
getting
Oh my
like warm
God.
water
It's
from
like
the river.
Japan.
Oh, we'd have to change this to the Raven Queen.
That is
Be like
totally
a-
doable.
Raven Queen Chapel.
So
Sure.
my thought was actually to give you these images of the first and second floor of this place, and you guys could we could put some images over things basically
Yeah,
on the owl bear, and you could change it to whatever you want it to be.
I mean, whatever's default is fine with me. This is like more than I could ever ask for. This is crazy. This is like our last time we had a home, but like to another level.
does this
Right.
place have 2 dining rooms? Like what?
It's
Like,
oversized
and,
more than we
and
need,
there's
and that's
there's
what's
one
perfect.
upstairs as
oh
well.
my god! All right, We're gonna have to make at least one of these some kind of work, and we need a gymnasium, like a basketball
Like,
court or
yeah, I was
something.
gonna say we could have a indoor basketball court in one of these rooms.
All right,
Well, you were gonna put your tower there.
we're just
right?
we're not we're just gonna play house for the rest of the
The rest of
campaign.
D&D.
Yeah.
But the tower is gonna go here where it can fit without people knowing it's there. That was the whole point.
You
Yeah,
could either put
yeah.
it there or you could put it upstairs. It would fit upstairs as well. Just as a reminder, I can pop back over.
It would fit upstairs.
Yeah, it would fit upstairs in the middle of that same room.
The ballroom.
I mean,
Hmm.
do we want to display it or not display it? That's the question. I think kind of displaying it would be a cool flex on the people who are trying to rob us. Like, yeah, good luck robbing us, bitch. You know?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I think
We'll get time
Not
to figure it out.
it's not impossible to break into.
But
like, if
it's
you do
just
100
showing
points
the
of
level
damage-
of our strength, you know, and then we can show that their money's in safe hands right here,
Yeah.
and we could tell if
The
anybody's trying to rob
first
them.
thing Axel's gonna do is go outside into the fountain to the left side there,
Okay.
and just take a bath.
In the fountain over there
Yeah.
on the first floor.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I think that's
Rico would have a soak in the sauna probably.
yeah.
Well, he's in the dirty, mucky water.
Well, I didn't want to just jump in the sauna and then the water just turn brown because we've been adventuring for like 2 weeks without bathing.
Are you inviting some of your other folks like Van Richten?
Oh
and
yeah, they can
Casimir
come.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
Ooh, and I have a spell where I can lay traps that last forever, or until they're triggered. So I can lay down magical traps to protect our house too.
Yeah, I have arcane lock and such. I just got in a scroll I can cast on something.
Glyph of warding.
Nice.
On the tower.
Yeah, those glyph of wardings. Yeah, those are just traps in case someone tries to rob us or something.
And then we still have this portable hole, which is in a
Yep.
box. So
I think
we're good.
having we'll keep the tower here and then stash a lot of shit there, and then probably keep the hole either here or with us because I don't know. It seems like we're getting so much shit. It doesn't hurt to have extra storage with us.
Well,
Did we
and
empty the hole? Did we empty it into the tower?
I mean, the idea is we'll probably empty it around the house now. Whatever's in there, we're just gonna start decorating the house and just like keeping fancy things around.
well,
or locked up in our tower now that we can just keep it safely here. But the tower is actually a cool item if we were to keep it with us. It's also something to think about.
I just dropped an image in there too,
nice.
so you guys can look at it outside of Owlbear.
So here's a question I have for you, Nick.
Yeah.
If we were to summon the tower inside of another building, would it conceivably be like a wrecking ball and destroy that building?
No. And thinking back on it, like that's how it was within Castle Ravenloft, right?
But it was on like the rooftop, wasn't it?
It was in a enclosed spire.
Okay. So you're
I mean,
saying
it might break that stage, because of the weight of the stone or whatever on that wood, right? But beyond that, like, I think you'll be okay.
what I'm saying is like if I summoned it inside of a house that it didn't fit inside of, would it destroy that house?
That's a good question.
That's what
I
I'm
mean,
asking. Like
it
if
will
I used
fit.
it as like a weapon of mass destruction, like
I
can I
mean,
just use it
yeah.
like as a fucking wrecking ball? That was my question.
You can kind of do that. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay, because if that's on the table, then Riku would reconsider leaving it here. That was my only thought process there. It's just the RP behind being able to do that is just too much to
Yeah.
pass up.
I just hold on
It
to
would
it
be
until
really
we
fun.
need it.
Yeah.
Didn't the guy say this place has a vault?
This place does not. Neither of the places have a vault necessarily.
Yeah, the tower's the vault.
Well, we can probably commission a vault.
You could commission a vault. That would not be an issue.
But then we'd have to
Magically
kill them.
ward the shit out of it.
What kind of how much would that cost exactly?
It depends on what you're looking for. But like if you went to the blacksmiths, it would probably be 500 gold, just for like a large safe, effectively.
No,
If you're looking for something
we're
different,
we're talking like a safe room, like a lockdown
renovation
room.
to the
We want
house.
something like a lockdown room plus a place to keep items. We're talking like a Batman fucking like secret cellar. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're talking.
Shit.
Like a bomb shelter / like safe room that we
it's
can
gonna
also
be a
store
lot.
shit.
Yeah, that's gonna
Yeah,
be a
no,
few thousand gold.
We're willing to pay top dollar.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would say you're gonna have to put aside at least 3,000 gold for something like that.
Gentlemen, does that not seem worth it?
Yeah, well, let's figure it out. All right, we just got the place. All right.
Riku's ready to take down some
Riku's
walls.
up.
Yeah. Riku's got his hard hat on. He's got a sledgehammer. He's like, what's up, guys? So yeah, let's
wait.
But as far as adventuring, other than decorating the house and all that, what do you want to do next?
I'd say we go to Aurora's.
Riku
have a
was
bit of
so
celebration.
there's a couple things that I had in mind.
Well, I wanted to
So-
go to the islands.
So we have a mirror here in this house somewhere, right?
Mirror. Or-
Yeah, there's a mirror in
Let's
there.
say yes.
Yeah.
So at
Probably
one
several
point,
of
Riku's gonna look into that mirror. He's gonna look into it both at himself and his necklace. He's gonna look at those things. I'm gonna rattle off a few things, and then he's probably also gonna scry, probably his dad first, because like they're not here, and we haven't made contact with Morty, right?
You've not made contact with Morty yet, so far, as I know.
Well, I'd probably
you
wait on scrying until after I talk to Morty,
Okay.
because I want to try to get a beat on where they're going, but I don't want to just scry and cut to the chase. I'd want to get an idea of what's happening before I just do that.
Okay. So what do you want to do first then? Sorry.
What do you guys think? Should we try to talk to Morty, or should I look in the mirror with my goggles of true sight?
I
And
mean, you're already at the mirror.
what's Morty gonna do? Yeah, well, I don't know.
Well, I could get a beat on where my family is. Get a sniff out their
Or you're
trail.
gonna do both regardless, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do both, but I'm just what should I do first? Is what I'm asking.
Whatever you want.
All right, I think I should probably. I'm gonna use sending
Okay.
and talk to Morty and ask him if he's at least in town, where we could meet, or tell him about this place and tell him to come here if he's in town.
Okay. So 25 words. Do you want to invite him to your new home? And so if he's around, you'd like to invite him to your new home. Does that sound good?
Yeah, if he has time to swing by tonight, introduce to
Okay.
my friends in my new house.
Do you have a token for Morty?
Oh, do I ever?
Go ahead and place him down on the front, and
I
if
mean, let me double check. I probably do. Maybe. You know what? My computer. Oh no, I do have something. I got something. Yeah, where do you want me to put it?
wherever you'd like to have this meeting in your new home.
I'm gonna put that there for now. That's all I got.
Just drag it in. That's good enough. All right. So Morty is here. Where would you like to have this meeting? Maybe on these like nice couches or something.
Sure.
Sitting room.
Yeah. Our most
And-
comfortable room. I before he shows up, I would tell the group that this is a family friend, a trusted ally.
Okay. And some of the others are off in their own spaces doing their own things. Irena's going to be reading in here.
You want to talk to them alone?
No, I told him I wanted to introduce him to my friends. because you're not from around here, and like
Yeah.
right now you're my closest friend, so he wanted to introduce you guys.
I mean, I have a specific feat about being unique and everyone being super interested about me.
So what I would say is, what is Morty's typical demeanor? Like, I mean, he's been brewing beer for 40 years now. He knows you. He is a family friend. By the sound of it.
Yeah, he's just happy to see him, happy to see he's doing well, and probably concerned because of whatever's happened to Riku's family, and Riku doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah.
And also more Riku's been out of the picture for like 10 years, so this would be like what the fuck, where you been, sort of situation, and have you heard what's happened?
Gotcha. So I mean, Morty actually
he'd
only
be-
gave you.
He'd be like the nosy neighbor, just filling him in on the gossip, is what would be happening right now, probably.
Yeah, and that was actually like part of the response to your sending spell. Was we got a lot to talk about, lad. I'll be right over. And he
Yep.
came faster than you expected, actually, to the new home. And upon arriving, he gave you his traditional greeting, whatever that may be. Greeted whoever else was around and who was going to be a part of this conversation. What is the special feat that you have, Sir Venom?
Far traveler. Let's see.
Morty probably brought like a
My-
tankard of ale too,
My
and he's
accent,
just like, "Have you
mannerisms,
had my ale? You want to give it
speech,
a
and
noise?"
perhaps even my appearance all mark me as foreign. So
Ah.
people are always staring at me, but I can parlay this attention into access to people and places I might not otherwise have.
And Morty would sort of like notice you and be like, "So you're making friends in strange places by the looks of it. That be right?" As he takes a big swig
That'd
of
be
the.
correct.
Riku's like, "You have no idea, Morty. Like, we've been to hell and back, literally. We fought a devil." And then he kind of just like holds his hand to his waist on the hilt of his sword, and the blade's missing.
Oh yeah, and he's like, "I see, lad. I see. I mean, look, we've got a lot to talk about. Uh, first and foremost," and he hands you a sealed letter. This is from your father, in case you ever came back.
Sealed letter. Immediately Riku casts comprehend language, in case there's like a hidden anything hidden here that he doesn't recognize at first. He's not fucking around if he's got something from his dad.
There is no hidden language. It's just simply a letter from your father as you open it. And you can read that to the group or keep it private. It's up to you.
It says, "Dearest Riku, I am sorry for the way things were left off, but you must understand that I could not let anything jeopardize my goal of attaining the crown of Neverwinter. Alas, that has eluded me a final time. I write this in haste as we depart for Waterdeep. I beg you to come to a manor on the corner of Saredown Street and Pony Way in Waterdeep, formerly called Grailhun Manor, that I purchased on the cheap due to mishap uh, its former owners encountered a few decades back. The family wishes to see you. I wish to see you. We have much to discuss and catch up on. I suspect Lord Kensington, your loving father." Damn, that is a flip from what I was expecting from Lord Kensington. But okay, Daddy loves me.
And Morty like speaks up and he's like, "I know it didn't seem that way sometimes, lad.
He sent
truly.
me away, Morty. Why did he do
Damn.
You don't get it, lad. He was so close to taking everything from Neverember. I'm probably the only person who knows, to be honest."
that? He told me I didn't understand, and that's why he sent me away.
Did you understand?
He told me enough, and you don't even know the half of it, Morty. Riku kind of just like
I know that.
he
I
kind
know.
of like grabs the top of his head, like where his horns would be.
He goes, "I know more than you might expect me to, lad, but I don't know why you're grabbing in the air right there." And look. You've clearly done well for yourself. You bought a home bigger than your childhood home. You have a group of friends here who are clearly capable of their own right. I have no idea where you've been, what you've been doing. As a former adventurer myself, I know what it can be like. I would also say that your dad.
Streets are cold, Morty.
he he had his own goals. He wanted to become the king of Neverwinter. Sometimes I think he deluded himself to believe. I mean, he was convincing folk to say, to believe this, but sometimes I think maybe he even began to believe that he was a descendant of Alagarond, the first king of Neverwinter. I mean, he had the city all riled up at one point. Here, son, you don't. He was close. He was close to being the king, and Daggelt Neverember saw through him. That's all.
From what I know, my dad is Trueborn. What is he not?
And Morty starts to laugh. I mean, and now this is kind of where I deferred back to you and your knowledge of Morty. Like Morty, what would he have actually thought of
He
Lord
knows
Kensington?
that he knows everything. He knows Kensington stole everything, including his name.
Okay. And that's why like Morty's just kind of laughing. I'll never speak ill of your father, son.
It's not his place to tell him.
He was a great man, and I wouldn't have
Okay.
been unhappy to have him as king of Neverwinter. In fact, I suspect the mead would have flowed even better in that instance. But some things just don't come off, and he thought he was doing best by all of you. He created this for you. He sort of like waves a hand around. Can you begrudge him that?
It's true. He gave me everything I see in front of me, basically. But he did take my title when he married my stepmom and my little brother, fucking Hansel, piece of shit.
Speaking of Hansel, I mean, obviously you know that they're in Waterdeep now. By the way, Hansel is technically a lieutenant of the Griffin Cavalry. Just don't
Of
cross
course
him.
he is.
Well, he's a good
He can
lad.
fly
He's
and
not.
I can't. Riku rolls his eyes. What about America? How is she doing? She's the one I actually like.
You know what's funny about that? She took after you, and she's at the Bard's College. Hold on, let me see if I can remember the name of it. It's a new one in Waterdeep, but it only sprung up in the last few years. New Olama or something. I can't remember the full name.
Llama, a cunning animal. Not a surprise that they named a bard after them. Bard's College.
She's doing well. She misses you. I mean, your brother might not miss you, and you clearly seem not to miss him, but I don't know. Keep an open mind when you see them all. They are your family. Your dad did care about you. And let me pull something up for a moment here. Just
I'll be happy to see them all besides Hansel and my stepmother.
Well, they're still good people, Riku. Your father loves them dearly. Maybe you can come to respect them at least in time.
Well, I understand tough love, but what my dad said to me, I think it's a little bit harsh.
I'm
Wouldn't you
sorry.
agree?
I'm sorry to interrupt here, Riku. But from what I'm hearing, your father sounds like a really nice guy.
But he was a
He
player.
sent me away.
He was a character played by Lynch. So
I-
I'm just like, I'm waiting
I
for like
think-
dark underground like
I
child
think-
sacrifice ring
But
to come into play.
it sounds like he did it for you. He did it for your own good, though. Like this was all.
That's what he says.
Every decision he made led you
but then
to
Riku kind of
here.
like gives you a side eye. He's like, but you know what's happening to me. Something's up.
Oh yeah,
I need to find out what's up.
yeah.
That's why.
Yeah,
you
you
know?
did put on that necklace and turn into like a demon or something.
Whoa, demon.
Riku
Hold
goes,
on.
see for yourself, and then gives Morty the spectacles.
More,
Aims them at him.
So did you ever put them on and look at yourself in the mirror? Did you do that?
Not yet.
All right, so
Actually,
Morty
that,
puts them on.
That
and he-
necklace that Uriel had, would that have been like vaporized with him, or would like Riku have taken?
Oh
that
yeah, no,
after
that
he
was gone.
died? Okay.
Yeah, that was gone. Morty puts them on and looks around the room, and goes, "What in the fucking nine hells is?" And he like sort of takes them off and puts them on. Lad, you got horns.
No. Riku goes to grab them.
Hey, you grab them out of his hands.
No, the horns that he doesn't
Oh,
see.
oh no! I mean, you don't feel them. They're not there.
God
Then what's
damn
wrong
it!
with horns?
Then Riku
Around
takes the
lights up.
spectacles and like looks in a mirror, like a pocket mirror, back at himself to verify what he's saying.
You appear to be a red-skinned tiefling, full on with
Fucking
horns
hell.
and everything.
While he's doing that, he takes off his necklace and then looks at the necklace with the glasses.
You look at the necklace. What is it? What is what do the glasses give you in this instance again?
True sight.
Mechanically. Oh, true sight. Okay, let me just double check that.
I looked at both at myself and the necklace now with true sight. I took it off to look at it. Obviously, I can't look at it
Yeah.
when I'm wearing it. I don't think.
Why can't I find this spell? This should be on D&D Beyond. Like, what is going on?
True sight is everything.
Yeah. True sight. True sight. There we go. Normal, magical darkness, invisible creatures, objects detect visual illusions and succeed on saving throws. Okay. This is a visual illusion of some sort. But make an insight check.
Insight check. Oh, baby.
Okay. You believe that whatever you are seeing has some truth to the illusion. That your physical form is half elven, but the true sight is showing you something deeper about yourself. Maybe something about your heritage, maybe about something about your family, maybe something about yourself that you maybe felt was there but didn't know was there. And something that we'll have to dig into next time.
What I was afraid of, though, there was more questions than answers.
I think that's going to be the case. If you'd like, we can end with one last thing, and that would be an identify spell.
Sure. What are we identifying?
The locket again.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Using the identify spell, you can tell that a 5th level seeming is emanating from the locket, but it only changes your appearance when true sight is cast, or if you had your physical form, and I have to double check what this would be, but it would be some sort of transmutation spell, I believe, that does this. If you had your physical form returned to what it should be.
That's. I love D&D because of spells like this. Like, I had no idea this shit was in the game.
So seeming basically changes your what you look like, right?
Yeah. Very cool. I love this.
But then there's there's a transmutation spell basically, and I have to go find it, that would effectively change your race or your ancestry in this instance.
Mm.
And the locket has basically, like, as long as the locket exists as a magical item, your ancestry will be half elven.
It's like blocking whatever's cast on me or the curse, whatever.
Yes,
Whatever it is.
that's right.
Love that. That's cool.
So let's pick it up next time from Noble Manor or whatever you wish to call it. Just some things to think about for next session, and maybe thoughts around what you want to do would be helpful, just so we can continue to plan. My only suggestion would be maybe like getting your casino up and running, looking through those pages on your establishment. And so I think there's 4 pages from a PDF I passed along there for that. That's from the Strongholds and Followers book that MCDM produced. Quite good stuff, but basically it'll let you earn passive income through your establishment in the background. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Should we add all that stuff that we got like commissioned or whatever, or before we forget? Before we
add all that
forget
as
what we
definitely.
actually bought.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Add the bracers of armor.
Just didn't equip it.
Make sure that, Vincent, when you add the bracers of armor, you add a +1 to attack rolls as well for it because of your enchantment on it.
Thank you guys for talking me out of flying. I think the boots of speed are way more useful now that I've considered it.
We'll find a flying thing for you eventually.
Yeah, but I think overall boots of speed are definitely more useful.
Nice.
Hopefully.
I like how open this is. We can do whatever we want.
I know it's very unlike what you guys have been, right?
Yeah.
Strahd was very much like, here's your quest. Here are like the 6 places you can go.
Yeah.
I like both, but I think because we've done a bit of each, but depending on the campaign, like we've definitely been on rails a little bit for each campaign, but now it kind of feels like we're set loose. But it's going to be nice to be able to bounce back and forth. Like we'll have a home base, and then we'll also have like different, quests we can go on and chase. Like I like the idea of having a home base, then also having like a bunch of different carrots to chase. That really gets my that gets my jollies going right there.
Okay, I was gonna say, how's he
Teleportation
gonna
circle is
how's he
just
gonna
so
finish that
huge.
sentence?
How's he gonna
Yeah.
overly sexualize that sentence?
Yeah. Where's the innuendo? Where's it gonna?
Goddamn.